Vishnu. Hare Krishna. You all set? Okay, that's fine. Everybody can have the buttermilk. Is it okay? The taste is okay?
Very nice.
Little salty? Yeah. So we have desi cows. So making ghee out of that. So we remove all the butter and then the buttermilk is left. So this is very healthy for. It's very healthy. And you all have to drink 3 glasses before you go. So drink slowly. You got so much. So firstly, thank you everyone for coming. Mataji's, Prabhuji's. Very grateful. There has been a gap of 1 week in between. Last week, I hope you all had a good Gudi Padwa or Ugadi, whichever name you call the festival. Happy New Year to everybody. Wish you all a wonderful Krishna conscious New Year. Right? So last year, somewhere around January, sorry, this year around January we started this, right? Yeah. So we are continuing this, and we are now in the 11th session of Science of Self-Realization, right? There are some things I did not finish in the 10th session last week on who is God. So can you all lift your hand and tell, just lift, I'll call, what was the first session? Name of the first session. In Search of Happiness. In Search of Happiness. Where we discussed about Dukkhalaya, Janma Mrityu Jara Vyadhi, Ahara Nidra Bhaimatinamcha, many concepts. What was the second session? Does God exist? है कि नहीं भगवान? What was the third session? सब भूल गए? बाप रे. Faith in scriptures. Why should I believe in scriptures? Somebody printed this book. Why should I believe it? What is the scientific proof? What was the fourth session? 3 modes of material nature. Chanting Mahamantra. That I added in between, but normally the sequence is, yeah. So, what was the fourth session? The 3 modes of material nature. Sattva-guna, Rajoguna, Tamoguna. In which guna are we? Right? What was the fifth session? Why do I need a guru? How to acquire spiritual knowledge? What is the process to acquire spiritual knowledge? Is it like I just go around and seek and I'll find out? Or is there a process? And which is a process that is recommended by scriptures? We discussed on length. All these were 3-hour sessions. So you can imagine the amount of content that was there in each. Right? And then we discussed, who am I? Who am I? How do I know that I am soul? How to prove that I am soul? Scientifically, how do I prove? With logic, how do I prove that I am the soul? I am not this body. And 6th session was secrets of death. What exactly happens at the time of death? Right? And I think I missed one in between. I am not able to remember. But there was karma, 2 topics, 8th and 9th session, whereby why do bad things happen to good people? Why even bad things happen in this world? Why me? Why not my neighbor? All this we discussed. And the laws of karma, akarma, karma, viruddharupena karma and akarma. All these types of karma we discussed on length. And then we also discussed about who is God? How do you understand who is God? Can you, me, somebody sitting here believe somebody is God and he becomes God? Right? No. So we discussed 2 sessions on that, 10A, 10B. 3 hours we discussed. And one of the aspects that I did not discuss about what is the difference between Narayana and Krishna. Is there a difference? There is no difference, but you need to know. Right? Briefly today, I'll start with that aspect. And then I did not discuss about Mayavada. What is this word called Mayavada? Or Shunyavada? Or Brahman, right? Brahmavadis. So these are some very important scientific words, Sanskrit words, which are used by many scholars that if you don't understand, then you can't talk to them. Okay? We discussed about what is Advaita, Vishishta Advaita, Dvaita, and Achintya Bheda Bheda. Right? Those four philosophies. Prabhujis and Matajis, you might be wondering why I should know all these things. Right? If you don't know, how will your children know? And if you don't know, how will you have clarity on what you are doing? If our devotional is sentimental, if our devotion is just based on my experience, then one day you can leave this devotion also. Right? Oh, Prabhu, it's not working out for me. Let me change my religion. Or you know what? I don't care if God exists or not. Let me just follow what I feel like. And you will not have any higher knowledge than what you currently have. Your knowledge is limited. Prabhu Sri Ram, he was not satisfied with the amount of knowledge he had. Who are we? He is a supreme person, Purushottama. And he was not satisfied. He told his wife Sita that, I think we should go and visit the Rishi Munis and spend more time with them and get more knowledge. That is one of the features of Lord Ram. Vidyavan. Right? There are many gunas, 16 qualities of Lord Ram as explained by Valmiki Muni as asked by Valmiki Muni to Narad Muni, and Narad Muni explained those 16 qualities. One of them is Vidyavan, meaning the person is always eager to take knowledge. Why? Because you are limited. If you keep yourself limited to your knowledge, then you cannot grow in your consciousness. You can live with misconceptions for the rest of your life. So Lord Ram himself is exemplifying that, and that's one of the secrets why he wanted to go on 14 years of exile. When he was told by his mother, oh, you have to go for 14 years to exile, he was like, yes, good. This is what I wanted. He didn't show that externally. These are internal reasons. He went and told his father, don't even worry, I'll just go and come back. Because 14 years I can spend with sages. Sit and hear. Okay. So today evening, we have a Rama Katha from 6 to 8:30, right? In the MPH hall, Common Purpose MPH hall in the first floor. You all are invited to come. It will be in Hindi. Sorry, it will be in Hindi. Right? Some of the residents here, they've asked for it to be in Hindi. So whoever knows good Hindi has to tolerate my Hindi. Today evening, yeah. So we are going to discuss 16 qualities of Lord Ram as asked by Valmiki Muni to Narad Muni. Each one will try to spend a little time. Not here in this building, on the second floor. There is a common purpose hall. You can come there. I'll send that in the group. So, you all have to gain this knowledge so that you have more and more confidence on what you are following. Otherwise, we are not even reading scriptures. Unfortunately, we Hindus have been reduced to a point where if you give scripture in their hand, they are getting confused. They are getting, like, oh my God, why did you give me this? What should I do with this? Take it back. I don't want to read it. That situation we have been taken into. By our education system, by a proper propaganda, we have been brought to this situation. These kind of sessions that we are doing in gated communities, inviting all of you, are meant to remove that propensity and for you to go back to our roots and become more stronger. You know what will happen? If you follow Bhagavad Gita, you will be the strongest person mentally, physically, emotionally on this planet. Nothing can shake you when you actually understand Bhagavad Gita, when you actually understand SSR. We are not trying to make you believe in a God who punishes, in a God who imposes. We are trying to make you understand that the God is the most loving. Krishna is the most loving. Narayan is the most loving. So continuation, just 15 minutes we'll spend of previous session on who is God. I did not discuss about how is Krishna considered the supreme personality of Godhead. We use this word, supreme personality of Godhead. There are many gods, He is the head of all gods. Who told this? ISKCON told it. No. Krishna only told it. Aham sarvasva prabho matta sarvam pravartate iti matva bhajante mam buddha. Buddha bhava samanvitaha. I am the source of everything. And then in 10th chapter he also says, among Vrishnis I am Vishnu. So is there a difference between Krishna and Vishnu? There is Tattva Gyan, there is Rasa Gyan. Understand this, very important. Tattva Gyan matlab kya? The core energy of God, the core aspect of God. God is Satchitananda Vigraha. Satchitananda Vigraha. Satchitananda Vigraha. Eternal, blissful, completely knowledgeable, and he is a person, Vigraha. Right? Now, in that aspect, if you see, there is no difference between Lord Ram, Lord Vishnu, Lord Krishna, Narayan, Matsya, Kurma, Narsimha, any of the avatars. There is no difference. Because what Krishna can do as a power, even Lord Ram can do. Even Lord Narsimha can do. All Vishnu avatars can do. You understand it? They can do. But does Krishna dance? Yes. Does Narsimha dance? Why? Have you seen Lord Ram dancing with gopis? Can you imagine? Eka prativata, right? It got eka vacha, eka bhana, eka pativrata, right? So that is his resoluteness. So you can't imagine some other avatars doing certain activities what Krishna does. Why we say Lord Krishna is Purna Purushottama Bhagavan? That's a word in scriptures. Purna Purushottama Bhagavan. Right? Is because he has all the rasas. He is Rasaraj. For example, there are 5 rasas. Shanta rasa, Sakhya rasa, Vatsalya rasa, Dasya rasa, and Madhurya rasa. Shanta rasa, you are very happy to be in association of God. Like a cow. You just want to be with God. Cow doesn't do anything more. Like a tree. Like even a devotee. You're just wanting to be with God. Does he allow you? Yes, he allows you. Dasya rasa. You want to be like a servant, like a das in front of God. When you think of Lord Ram or Lord Narayan, immediately Dasya rasa comes inside you. Immediately. Right? What is the next? Third one? Sakhya rasa. As a friend. Can you believe God allows you to be a friend also? You can keep a hand on him and discuss and walk, morning walk. You can do that. He allows you in Sakhya rasa also. But can you imagine doing that with Matsya avatar? Or Kurma avatar? Or Narsimha avatar? Like Narsingadev. Like, chalo, we'll talk. Can't even imagine. Right? But can you imagine that with Krishna? Yes. Right? And Vatsalya rasa. Vatsalya rasa means paternal love that I want to take care of God. Hey, you didn't eat yesterday, please eat now. If you don't eat, you will fall sick. You are thinking like that about God. God never falls sick. God never falls sick, but as a parent, you even can feel that towards God. That's called Vatsalya rasa. You cannot feel Vatsalya rasa towards Varaha avatar. But you can feel Vatsalya rasa towards Krishna. Right? Madhurya rasa, highest, where you are a lover. I am a girlfriend of Krishna. Right? I am completely going to dance with him, going to scold him, going to be with him, share loving exchanges. Can you imagine that with Lord Ram? Can you imagine that with Parashurama? Madhurya rasa? Can you imagine that with anybody else? No, you can't imagine. Because all these 5 rasas are accepted by Lord Krishna. You can approach Lord Krishna in any one of these. That is why Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. In Tattva, everybody is same. But in Rasa, nobody can match Krishna. Narayan has everything that Krishna has. But there are 4 things that Krishna has more than Narayan. Venu Madhurya, Rupa Madhurya, Leela Madhurya, Bhakta Madhurya. These are 4 qualities. Where even Narayan is like, I wish I was like Krishna. And who is Narayan? Who is Narayan and who is Krishna? The same Krishna when he is in office is Narayan. The same Krishna when he is at home is Krishna. Right? You all behave differently in home, right? You don't behave this formally, like this. How many sat like this in the house? You nicely sat relaxed, right? You nicely have fun in your house. That is Krishna. God in his house is Krishna. God in the office is Narayan. If you read all the Vedic scriptures, you'll never see Krishna's name. You'll only see Vishnu, Vishnu, Vishnu. But Krishna comes when Bhakti comes. The moment the aspect comes about Bhakti, I want to love God, immediately Krishna has to come. There is no way you can perform Bhakti without Krishna. All others, Bhakti is there, but only in Dasya Bhava, in Shanta Rasa, a little in Vatsalya Rasa, right? But rarely in Sakya Rasa and rarely in Madhurya Rasa. Did you understand the difference between who is Narayan and who is Krishna? Same Narayan, he is in the office. Same Narayan is Krishna when he is at home, right? And there are unlimited Vaikuntha planets, unlimited. And each Vaikuntha planet has a certain aspect of God, right? Narayan in Matsya Avatar, Narayan in Kurma Avatar, Narayan in Narsingha Avatar, right? From that Vaikuntha planet, he comes here. Through Vishnu, he takes an incarnation here, he comes here. There is a Vaikuntha planet in which Narsingha is there eternally, but he is not in the form of a lion. He is normally like Vishnu only. But when he comes as Narsingha. There is an eternal Ayodhya in Vaikuntha. There is a planet Ayodhya. If you are so dear, if Lord Ram is so dear to you, you will go to that Ayodhya. According to your desire, according to how you want to serve God, and according to your attraction to a certain aspect of God, you will reach there. But the center point of all these Vaikuntha Lokas is a place called Goloka Vrindavana, which is where our most dear Krishna is standing and is playing his flute, and he attracts everybody. Even Lord Narayan wants to take darshan of Krishna. Huh? Same God na Prabhuji. That is the greatness of God. He can be here, he can also be in Vrindavan, he can also be in America, he can also be everywhere, and all the places he only is there. Right? We can't do that. We are only at one place. But God can be at multiple places in his Purna Purushottam form. You understand it? Like we are discussing about him, he is definitely here, but he is also there in the temple, giving darshan to everybody. And he is giving 100% attention there, 100% attention here. How is it possible? When Lord Krishna was doing dance with all the gopis were looking at Krishna, and Krishna was looking at all the gopis, and each gopi felt that he is only looking at me. How is it possible? Either I am looking at her or I am looking at her. But that is God. He can satisfy everybody's desires. All the gopas in Vrindavan felt Krishna is most dear friend to me only. And Krishna gives that kind of personal access. That is why he is Purna Purushottama Bhagavan. Ishvaraha Paramaha Krishna Satchitananda Vigraha Anadir Adir Govinda Sarva Karana Karana. Right? And that is why Krishna Bhakti is so rare. You can get into Bhakti in different levels, but Krishna Bhakti is very rare. And that is the reason we are only speaking about Krishna Bhakti in the 11th session or 10th session. Because in the initial time, if I tell you, you'll be like, Prabhuji, malum hai Krishna kaun hai. But understand the greatness of Krishna. How he has created this whole world. Can anybody create this kind of world? You can't even imagine. Huh? Can anybody create a digestive system? We have a digestive system inside, right? Like we all had this buttermilk. What is happening inside? Already the switch on ho gaya. Digestive system, already it is working on it. Have you switched it on? No, it's already started. Who created this digestive system? Any scientist can he create a digestive system? Prabhujis and Matajis? Is there anybody who can create a box in which you put kela, carrot, sweet, shrikand, and then it removes vitamin B12, vitamin D, vitamin C, ye wo pura bhej ke, then it creates excreta, unnecessary things, whatever is needed, and sends it out. Can you create that digestive system? कोई बना सकता है वे? कोई नहीं बना सकता है कि नहीं? A human being cannot create what God has created. And you challenge that, does God exist? अरे बना के दिखा? बना के दिखा? It even adjusts. See, these days there are so many diets. I'll just spend 2 minutes on this. So many diets that have come into play. Huh? Intermittent diet, or what is that? Keto diet, huh? Or junk food diet, right? Different kinds of diets. Tell me, who is the person who can create the perfect diet? Who is the person?
Mother.
The only person who can create the perfect diet is the person who has a capacity to create the digestive system. Simple? Simple logic, na? If you don't know how to create the digestive system, how can you create the diet? Huh? Because only if you have created the digestive system, you know what is the thing I should put into this for so it will digest. I can. How many agree with this or disagree with this? Fundamental thing I am saying. If you don't know how the digestive system works, if you cannot create one by your own, how can you create a diet? And say that, oh, Prabhuji, it's working on me. It should work on you also. No. The only person who can create the perfect diet is Krishna. He created the digestive system. Again. And how is he telling to you about the digestive system? Is he telling you how to use this digestive system? Is he telling you or no? Two ways he is telling you. He is speaking to you, he has given a book to you. One book is, what is that book that he has given? Ayurveda. He has given Ayurveda. Ayurveda is a manual of God's creation of digestive system, whether you believe it or not. Right? Ayurveda is a manual of how the digestive system works. And second way, he is talking to you. When you eat too much, he tells you from inside, inner voice comes, is alra. बस कर रहे बाबा और कितना डालेगा अंदर? That inner voice, which we don't listen. Most of the time बोलते रहता है. Right? Body speaks. Our body tells us, don't go for this. It's not right. When you should eat, when you should not eat. Ayurveda says, when you're hungry, eat. When you're not hungry, don't eat. Simple. अरे कितना simple analogy. प्रभु जी डिनर नहीं किया आपने, क्या प्रभु जी अब डिनर, अरे भूख नहीं लगा, अरे अगर भूख नहीं है तो मत खाओ. Body speaks. Eat now. Today I'm feeling very hungry. Eat. Actually sit and eat. No problem. If your hunger means what? Fire has started. Jatragni fire has started. That means it is waiting for cooking. Body needs energy. It is waiting for cooking. So something has to be put inside. So it will start cooking. If you don't eat when you are hungry, you will get diseases. You will get ulcers. You know that? When you are hungry and you don't eat, that will actually create disease. No, Prabhuji, I am actually doing intermittent fasting. I have to, you don't eat tomorrow. You will get diseases. Because the fire is already lit. But this is Ayurveda. Ayurveda is beyond our, human experimentation. Right? Part of yoga. What to eat, how much to eat, when to eat. And whatever I eat, can Radhika Mataji eat? No, she can't eat. Why?
The ideal time is from sunrise to sunset.
Sunset. Ideal time is sunset, sunrise to sunset. And Kapha, Vata, Pitta. Ayurveda works on fire, air and water. According to that, what we should, how much we should, is clearly told by Ayurveda. If somebody has fire propensity, right, he should eat certain things. If he doesn't eat that, then his body will create reaction. Kapha, Vata, Pitta. In earlier days, when you go to a doctor, he will only ask two things. How are you feeling? I am feeling nice. Okay, done. What does it mean? How is your body talking to you? How are you feeling? Yes, I am feeling nice. Okay, good. Okay. How is your digestion? These are the only two questions. How is your digestion? Yeah, I think I am able to digest. Okay, done. Why did you come to me? Sir, I have headache. Chalega na. Go home. It will go away. He will not tell, do MRI scan, CT scan, do this. I will find out what is there. Nothing you will tell. How are you feeling? How is your digestion?
Ayurveda also describes that which type of food you should take at which time. Like in the morning, all those food which is kaph pradhan, that should not be taken. Likewise, in the afternoon, Pit Pradhan, because Pit is maximum in the afternoon.
Correct.
And Vat Pradhan is in the evening. All those things which are Vat Pradhan should not be taken in the evening, because Kaph, Vat and Pit, they are also timed according to the day. So
Correct.
we start with Kaph in the morning, then Pit, then Vat. And
So-
then again reverse.
Yeah.
Vat to Pit in the night and Pit to Kaph. So that by the time it comes morning, it becomes again Kaph.
Correct.
Kaph Pradhan. So,
So this-
according to that, we have to take the food also.
So this whole science, you and me cannot create. Problem is, without education, without proper understanding, when you create your own diets, then what will happen? You will destroy your body. Right? So you should understand the greatness of God. When you read Ayurveda, you will actually understand. क्या science बना है? Seasonal things. Eat only seasonal things. Right? What is grown at that time? What is grown at that region? You should eat. Are we supposed to eat coconut in Telangana? No. Coconut doesn't grow in this area. Naturally, it is not supposed to be grown in this area. But now I am growing. Right? Now, if I eat more of that, what will happen? People who are born in this area will have a problem. People who live in coastal regions, they can have more coconut. No, or banana as a fruit, or a North Indian sabzi. You should not have in South India. Because season is different. Here the season is different. Everything is different. Even cows, they don't like to eat a certain kind of grass which is grown here. Like Gir cows. I have a personal experience. Once we had got a Gir cow from Rajasthan. I think Gujarat or I don't forget, I forgot. First generation it is coming. Meaning it was born there, is come here. It took 10 days to eat the grass here. It was not liking it. You know, they say, I don't like this kind of, it's a grass is grass, right? No, it's not. Grass is grass. It doesn't like it. Third, fourth generation of Gir will have, which is born here, born again from another. Then it will be okay, accustomed to this. So there is this beautiful creation of God, which is all working as per science. And we don't have any appreciation for that. Then we're going to damage ourselves. Right? So Narayan is Swayam Bhagwan, Matsya Kurma, Varaha, and unlimited number of avatars are also Bhagwan, but Krishna is Purna Purushottam Bhagwan because he has all the qualities. And he is the only one who can claim that I am God. I mean, of course, all Narayan and Vishnu avatars can claim that they are God. Nobody else claims that they are God. In no scripture in entire Vedas, it is mentioned where he himself is telling that I am God. Nobody else can. Right? So, what is the other thing? Yeah. So, I want to talk briefly about Brahmavada, Mayavada, and Vaishnava aspect of worshipping God. Please understand this briefly. There are people who understand God in three different aspects. Brahmeti, Paramatmeti, Bhagavaneti, Sabhyate. We discussed this last week. That Brahman is God, Paramatma is God, Bhagavan is God. What is the difference in these three? Please hear attentively. Brahman means it's the effulgence of God, energy of God. Whatever you see, everything is part of Brahman. This mic is also part of Brahman only. In his creation, is energy of God. Paramatma is a localized aspect of God when he is inside you. Localized, where he talks to you, you can worship him, you can meditate on him. Bhagavan is the Purna Purushottam Bhagavan, who is not in the Brahman, he is also in the Brahman, who is also within you, but he himself is separate. He himself is separate. He is a person. He is a person who is there, who has his likes and dislikes. You know, he has his rules and regulations, he has his fun and games, everything. But he is a person, just like one of us. Right? People have understood him in different ways. There are some people who believe in something called Brahmavadi, or they say Brahman is everything. They say that God is coming out of light. But who is coming out is not God, God is actually light. Right? And when God comes here, he does some leelas, he comes in a form. God doesn't have a form, he is Nirakara Nirguna. We discussed this last week. What is the meaning of Nirakara? Not that God doesn't have any form. God doesn't have a form like us. Nirguna means he is not constrained by Sattva-guna, Rajaguna and Tamaguna. He is above these three gunas. Right? So Brahman means, It's the energy of God, and people have this conception where they say, I will go and become God. I will go and merge in God. It doesn't happen. It's not possible. Because God is God, you are you. God's energy is there. You'll go into that sky. Bhagavatam, there is a beautiful verse which explains that people who have this demoniac tendency that they want to become God, go till the Brahman, flicker around in that energy for millions of lives, millions of years, and then they get bored and they again come back. They again fall down. Because we all are souls, individual souls, we like some activity. We want to do some actual activity. Without doing that activity, what do you do? Can you imagine, finding happiness sitting between 20,000 tube lights? I'll put 20,000 tube lights in the room. Sit in that. I'm feeling so nice. Will you feel like that? How long will you sit in that? You will not. Then you'll say, hey, wait a second. Okay, I know there is light and there is peace. Maybe I'll not die here. There is no birth, there is no death. But I don't have any activity. I have to do something. Serve somebody. Talk to somebody. Experience some happiness. Is that true or no? Yeah. So people who reach that Brahman become bored and they come back. I am not telling this. There is a verse in last week's. If you read the presentation, one of the verse is there from Bhagavatam. Now this whole aspect of going and merging into God is completely not a higher understanding of God. That understanding is there. But that understanding is not highest understanding of God. God is God wherever He is. I am here is Bhakta forever, eternity. There are three things that are eternal. Three things which are eternal. Eternal meaning there is no beginning, there is no end. What are those three things? Repeat after me. Bhagavan, Bhakta, Bhakti. These three things are eternal. This is full understanding of God. Bhagavan is eternal. Bhakta is eternal. I am eternally His servant. My Sanatan Dharma is Gopi Pada Kamalayora Dasa Dasa Dasanudas. I am the servant of the servant of the servant of God. Eternally. There is never I will become God. Bhagavan, Bhakta. And what is the third one? Bhakti. People, these people who believe in Brahman, who say that, I am Narayan, you are Narayan, we are God only. They also go to temple. They also go to Tirupati and break a coconut and say, hey, Venkatesh Swami, Venkatesh Govinda, Govinda. They'll get tears also. But what is there sitting inside? One day I will become Venkateshwar Swami. Bhagavan is there. Bhakti is not there. Why am I doing this? Because God, I cannot access God now. He has come in a form, so I am using that form to worship Him. Actually, He doesn't have a form. We both are formless. We will go back and become one. Is everybody understanding? I am trying to put a complicated philosophy in a very simple words to my best of my capacity. Please stop me in between if you do not understand. Very important. Because this is a big impediment between you and God. This philosophy is there in 99.99% institutions today. How much? 99.99%, meaning almost everybody is talking this only. What? They will not tell all these things open. When you go into deep discussion, they will tell, hum Bhagwan mein mil jayenge. I will go and merge into God. So you will become God. They don't know that actually they are saying that they will become God, most of them. But three things are always eternal. Bhagavan, Bhakta and Bhakti. We are worshipping Krishna here. After going to Goloka Vrindavan, what will you do? We will worship Krishna there. We will continue to worship Krishna wherever we are. You understanding? There is never a time you will become God. Now you go and ask them the next question. Okay, so you are God. Bhagavan hai tu? Yes. Why are you not Bhagavan now? Why are you not Bhagavan now? You know what they'll tell? Actually, I am God only. I forgot. I am in Maya right now. And through this meditation, I am coming out of that Maya. Right? And one day, I will come out of this Maya and then I will realize that I am God. Then you ask the question, wait a second. So Maya has taken you over. You are Bhagavan, but Maya has taken you over. That is the reason you don't feel that you are God. Is that right? Yes. So who is more powerful, Maya or Bhagavan? You are Bhagavan. Maya has taken you over. So you forgot that you are Bhagavan. So who is more powerful, Maya or Bhagavan? they are called Mayavadis. Understood the meaning of what is Mayavadi? Logicless philosophy. But they will speak this, there are many institutions running in this name. That you will become Bhagavan. You be nice now in this life, next life you will become Vishnu. Prabhuji some buttermilk. Acha, theek hai, you become Brahma. Prabhuji some donation. Okay, theek hai. क्या बनाएंगे इसको? You will become this. You will become that. You will become Shiva. You will become this. Nonsense is going on. There is no proof in the scriptures for these statements. Why today Hinduism, Sanatan Dharma is really going down the line is because people are not reading scriptures. Anybody is opening any institution he wants, he is getting lakhs of followers, speaking whatever they want, and it works because people are believing in that. You have a question?
What is the basis of their understanding? Like what any scripture they are referring or from where this entire thought has come up?
Yeah. So this was sent by Srila Shankaracharya. Why Shankaracharya did that? As a service to Krishna. We talked about Bhakti getting deviated, then Advaita, Vishishtadvaita, Dvaita and Achintya Bheda. The detour that happened to bring us back. So Shankaracharya, Lord Shiva as a service to Krishna had to do this. Last week I discussed in detail, I'll not discuss again. We get into that, it will go forever. But he had to park all these kind of people who have a tendency of enjoyment and want to become God into one lot in the name of Advaita. But later on, he himself says Krishna that I am feeling very unhappy that I have introduced this philosophy because nobody is becoming a Bhakta through Advaita. Right? In Advaita philosophy, there is no scope for Bhakti. Because if you are God, then who are you worshipping? There is nobody to worship. Right? But immediately after that, Lakshmana comes as Vishishta Advaita and he introduces Rama Anuja. He comes and introduces Vishishta Advaita. And then Swayam Hanumanji, he comes as Madhvacharya and introduces Dvaita. And Swayam Krishna finally comes and introduces Achintya Bheda, where simultaneously I am one and also different and Bhakti is the highest. So, but this tendency is there, Prabhuji. There are some people, even maybe some among you, will never accept what I am telling because the tendency is there inside you. In this life you will remain Mayavadis only. Or in this life you will remain Brahmavadis only. Or I want to merge into God. These sessions are only to enlighten you, give the knowledge. Whether you will change or not is your own thing. There were Mayavadis and Brahmavadis even when Krishna was there. Can you believe it? Even when Lord Ram was there, there were Mayavadis and Brahmavadis around him. Because the tendency is there. People have come to this material world to enjoy. Rejecting God, we have come here. I don't want you. I don't want to serve you. I want to be like God. Okay, go to Goli Doddi.
But even some big temples, like
Huh.
with due respect to all temples, even in big temples, they have this VIP darshan, super VIP darshan, 500 rupees, 1,000 rupees. So what is this? Why are we deviating from bhakti here?
We'll discuss that separately. It's not deviation from bhakti, but we'll discuss that separately. So, understand this one aspect that you can never become God. Ishvaraha, Paramaha, Krishnaha, Sachitananda Vigraha, Anadir, Adir, Govinda, Sarva Karana Karanam. Can you create digestive system? You cannot. I'm giving one example. Can you create a sky in which water tankers can go without any traffic? You cannot do that. Right? He can do anything. That is why he is God. We are Anu, he is Vibhu. We are limited, he is unlimited. We have the same qualities, but in quantity is different. We discussed about this last week. So, you understood what is Mayavada? You understand it? What is Brahman understanding? Merging into God? Highest understanding is Brahmeti, Paramatmeti, Bhagwaneti, Sarvete. Become a devotee of Bhagwan. That is the highest understanding. Okay? So, I leave it here. What is the time, Prabhu?
9:15.
Oh my God, I took more time than needed. Now we'll get into yoga. Right? Okay. So, everybody got your tight pants? Tight t-shirts, mats? अरे योगा सेशन है रे बाबा नहीं लाया क्या this is how much it is reduced to. Today yoga is reduced to some gymnastics. There is also yoga now which is called, what is it? Different yogas have come now. That is still better.
What you
Goat
Huh?
yoga.
What
Huh?
you
Goat yoga.
Goat yoga. Hare Krishna. In yoga, they make you wear sari also, you know. They'll put a sari, it will go down, and then you have to wrap yourself and do jamna. What is that called? Aerial yoga. New yoga that has come. One day that sari will slip. That sari will slip and you'll fall down. Then fall yoga. Another yoga will start. Right? You can start any yoga, plastic yoga, anything. You know what is plastic yoga, right? If you're sitting on a plastic chair, you're doing plastic yoga. And if you tell that people in Gachibowli will believe that also. Why specifically take Gachibowli? Because Gachibowli are people in Pichibowli. पागल हो गए लोग. काय के लिए? Too much education, too much money. When there is too much education and too much money, you get two horns that you can't see. You can't feel it, but horns are there. Then you will never understand the truth. You will never want to hear only. నాకు no అని చెప్తావు. Why you have to tell me? Why I have to listen? Right? Too much knowledge, too much money creates a mental person out of you. And that is what is this area famous for. They all are thinking that they are safe. But none of them are safe. They can die anytime. In fact, they can die any moment now. The kind of lifestyle they are leading. But what they feel? ICC Lombard. Star Health. Huh? So this is what the thing. Anyway, so what is yoga? Let us understand what is Lord Krishna telling. I have sent you the slides today morning itself. So today we'll try to spend what is yoga, purpose of yoga, ladder of yoga, karma yoga, dhyana yoga, jnana yoga, bhakti yoga, ashtanga yoga, culmination of all the yoga, and what is the topmost yoga system. We have to understand that this yoga system is not created by humans. It is created by God Himself. This is very important for us to understand. Right? So types of karma, we already discussed types of karma. Akarma, karma, vikarma. You do good, you go up. You do bad, you go down. Again, you come back to the same place. When the good is over, the bad is over. Akarma, activities where you keep God in the center, will not create any karma reaction. Will actually go back to Krishna. So Krishna tells in Bhagavad Gita, in verse 6.46, there is a verse. Right? Tapasvibho adhiko yogi. Please repeat after me. Tapasvibho adhiko yogi. Jnanibhyo apimato adhika. Karmibhyaschadhiko yogi. Tasmad yogi bhavarjuna. What is the meaning of this? A yogi is, repeat after me. A yogi is greater than the ascetic, greater than the emphorist, and greater than the fruitive worker. Therefore, O Arjuna, in all circumstances, be a yogi. Right? Krishna is actually asking you to be a yogi. But what does a yogi do? Tapas vibho. A yogi means somebody who takes austerity, tapasya. Prabhuji, I'll do comfortable, Prabhuji. I want to lead a comfort. That person can never become yogi. Tapasya means to do things which are difficult, but for a higher benefit you do tapasya. Getting up early in the morning. Tapasya. Right? There is a war going on between two bodies. Your soul and your body. Body is telling us sona. Soul is telling utre. Morning fun fight is going on. Utre. Right? So yogi means the one who makes the highest decision for the ultimate good. Right? So in order to become a yogi, you need to have, like tapasya should be part of your lifestyle. You should be. Krishna is telling them, I'm not telling you. Tapasvibho adhiko yogi. Second, jnanibhyo, knowledgeable person. A yogi means very knowledgeable person. Knowledgeable person in what? Vedas, Sanskrit, books? No. Knowledgeable person means the one who is ready to accept knowledge from others. Consciousness to be always eager to learn is a knowledgeable person. Knowledgeable person doesn't mean, oh, I have all this knowledge, I am knowledgeable. No. You are always ready to hear and learn. That is a yogi. Understood? Of course, from the right sources. Karmibhyas. Chadiko yogi, karmibhyas karma, the one who does work. Yogi doesn't mean that, he'll sit in one corner and do meditation. No, he is not yogi. Yogi means the one who actually works. Works for himself, works for the society, works for God, works for Krishna. He is a yogi. Tasmad yogi bhav Arjuna. Become such a yogi, Arjuna. What a definition Krishna is giving. No? Karma yogi, jnana yogi, and dhyana yogi. Dhyana yogi is tapasvi both. Right? And jnana yogi is knowledge, acquiring knowledge. The karma yogi, karmibhyas. So you can also be a karma yogi. And finally, bhakti yogi. You do this everything for attaining Krishna, for serving Krishna. Right? So here, Lord Krishna is explaining that what is yoga. What is yoga? Yoga comes from a word called yuj, which means to unite. There are two things you try to bring together in yoga. Paramatma and Atma. Atma and Paramatma ka milan ko hi yoga bolte hain. Okay? You sitting in a corner wearing tight pant is not yoga. Something it is. I don't know what it is. But actually yoga means you prepare yourself to reach God. That is yoga. And in that preparation, you prepare your body also. Body aspect of yoga is one part of it. But yoga is far, far higher than this. What comes to your mind as soon as you think about yogi? I have kept some pictures. What comes to your mind? Yoga. प्रभु योगा करता है, इसका मतलब इमीडिएटली क्या आता है माइंड में? हाँ, मेडिटेशन. What और क्या आता है माइंड में? Postures, right? Asan. What else? Bending body. Asanas. And he is a yogi. मतलब क्या आता है माइंड में? Of course, not talking about यूपी का योगी. Big beard, बड़ा दाढ़ी होना चाहिए. रामदेव बाबा, running around, jumping. और क्या आता है माइंड में? All these things are true, but they are not complete. Our vision and perspective today are a mere reflection of media, how it has shown us. Media has shown yogis in a way, and you think they are yogi. If they are like that, then only they have a lot of followers. They have some mystic powers. Yogi मतलब कुछ कर देगा, कुछ हो जाएगा. They think like that. And somebody who can do magic, he'll hold his face like this. Oh, like that. That will something like that. Right? They think that is a yogi. Right? All these things are little understandings about yogi. But actual yogi, what did Krishna tell? Yogi is a person who is austeritic, who is knowledgeable, and who is always at work. Right? Become such kind of yogi. Krishna is saying. Yoga is in present day today in different. Yoga is presented today in different ways based on what the presenter understood and what the receiver wants to hear. Everybody is cheating in the name of yoga. Of course, generally people, Prabhu, go to yoga classes means what for what? For improving health. People go for improving health. Prabhuji, pranayam karo na thoda. Right? That is the preliminary understanding, which is not wrong. This is good only. And increasing sense gratification. I want to enjoy this body more. There are yogas for that also. And I want to improve my lifespan. I want to live for more time. And yoga is also a fashion statement today. People like to tell, Prabhuji, I'm just not a yoga, Yoga ja, as if that's a fashion statement. You go to Banjara Hills, everybody is doing yoga. Because that is what they want to tell. It's a fashion statement. I'm practicing. Like people say, I'm practicing Buddhism. They don't know who is Buddha. There is no ism in that. But they will tell, I'm practicing Buddhism. Fashion statement. Doing meditation is a fashion statement today. People don't know why they are doing what they are doing. People don't have full understanding. It's just a way to impress people by saying certain things. There is a picture I have sent this. I don't know who made it. Somebody who really got frustrated made it. So there are different types of yogas. Senior yoga, retractive yoga, gentle yoga, paternal yoga, yoga for men, yoga for women. What is that? Anusara yoga, Kundalini yoga, Hatha yoga, Iyengar yoga, power yoga, heart yoga, cold yoga, Bikram yoga, Ashtanga yoga, Jivamukhi yoga, nude yoga, Krishna, acro yoga, aerial yoga, vinyasa yoga. And how do you know which yoga is working for you? There is a question answer also here. right? Do you like to do yoga? Yes or no? Yes. Do you like to wear clothes? Yes. No. No means nude yoga. Yes. Then what? You'd like to perform asanas or no? No means gentle yoga. You do perform okay. So people have become mad behind yoga. You understand it? पागलपन है किसी को समझना नहीं है क्या योगा है nobody wants to understand what is yoga they are just trying to enjoy in the name of yoga just enjoy right? Today you are one among the very fortunate people who have come here and you'll actually learn what is the purpose of yoga and what are the types of yoga learn how much you'll implement is in your hands but it is learn anything in the name of yoga there is a picture here people are whirling that harmonica and standing like this, keeping one leg on another. What is it called? Harmonica yoga. Can you believe it's there? Go to YouTube and type harmonica yoga. There are classes, in some countries. Soon it will come to Pichivoli also. 100% I'm sure. Lot of people here will go. Lot of money is there. Now what to do? And where are you going? I'm going to harmonica yoga. Oh, very good. Karaoke yoga. Right? Karaoke yoga. Dance to movie songs and jump. That is called karaoke yoga. And you can take your dog. You can take your dog, hold the dog this way, this way. Dog is thinking, क्या कर रहा है मेरे साथ पागल? Right? What is that yoga called? Doga. हरी बोल. प्रभु आप हंसो मत सच्ची में है ये. It is there. It's only there in the most educated cities. We are also one of the educated. It will come. Don't worry. Doga will come. Right? कुत्ता परेशान, मालिक परेशान. क्या हो रहा है मानी मालूम. Dance yoga. And where I used to live in Boston many years ago, there is a train station, place called Back Bay. So every day I used to go to the train station. On the way I used to see one boarding, this hoarding, hip hop yoga. So if you go there, in Back Bay, the address also is there. Where is it? Yeah, in Back Bay it is there. So you can go there and do hip hop song. And that's yoga. Can you believe what is happening in the name of yoga? Pura danda chal raha hai, pura danda. One fellow will tell sit inside a ball yoga. One fellow will tell sit inside a pyramid yoga. Many of us are already doing bathroom yoga. Sitting in bathroom for 1 hour a day. Right? So, people can do anything in the name of yoga. Right? And they call it yoga. That's what is going on, unfortunately. And there are so many people who have written books on yoga. So many people. If you go and type yoga in Amazon will crash. So many books are there. Nobody is talking about the purpose of yoga. Everybody is trying to do their own yoga. And many of them are getting arrested also for sexual harassment and all. In the name of yoga, they started something and ultimately they go to that same point. Right? So what is going on here? And anybody, even that, what is it? Kailasa planet owner. Uska naam kya hai? Nityananda. That fellow also wrote a book on yoga. What do you think he'll write? And another fellow who wears saris every day. That fellow also wrote on yoga. Right? There is one fellow, with the biggest beard on the planet. He also wrote on yoga. He can write anything. You can also write. How many here think you can write about yoga? हाथ उठाओ. उठाओ जी. You can't write? नहीं लिख सकते प्रभु जी? कुछ तो लिख सकते ना. 2 तो पागल मिलेंगे ना पूरे एरिया में. है कि नहीं? You can write something. Specs yoga. I've just thought about it. करो. एक तो मिलेगा follower मेरे को. So what is happening in this? When you're removing the smecks and you're taking a deeper breath, your eyeballs are they're going around, it brings relaxation, and then you put specs again, leave the breath. My philosophy create kar diya. Really, I'm telling you, this will become famous. I'll buy a villa in some jilla, and I'll become like, Hari bol. Specs yoga. You can create any nonsense today. You can create any nonsense today. Because there are fools, educated fools, who are right to believe them. Nobody has the patience to sit and learn Bhagavad Gita. Actually, I applaud all of you. I don't know how you are coming week after week, sitting for 3 hours. आजकल नहीं होता ऐसा. हो ही नहीं सकता. My शिक्षा guru, Initially, Brahmachari is there. Yugal Kishore Prabhu. He called me once. He said, Prabhuji, how is your Krishna Bhakti going on? I said, how are you? First year, how are you? Yes, Prabhu, I am good. I am doing good. Dandavat Pranam, good. Are you still practicing Krishna consciousness? I said, Prabhuji, ऐसा क्यों पूछा? Then he told, Prabhuji, I will not be surprised if you say that you have left Krishna consciousness. I will be surprised to hear that you are actually still continuing Krishna consciousness. आजकल के दिन में कौन करता है भक्ति? किधर है भक्ति? कहीं नहीं है. ये सुनने के लिए पेशेंस नहीं है. सुनो, जाके बोलो. अभी आज शाम में राम कथा है. देखते हैं कितने लोग आते हैं. मैं तो बोलने वाला हूँ कि हनुमान जी रहेंगे वहां पे. आई एम टेलिंग राम कथा फॉर हनुमान जी. ठीक है. बट पीपल आर नॉट इंटरेस्टेड. व्हाट आर पीपल इंटरेस्टेड? सेंस एंजॉयमेंट. इवन इन ओल्ड एज आदमी मर रहा है, मरते समय भी मरते समय भी वही है माइंड में. There is no focus towards God. They don't want to know why they are taking birth again or why they are dying. You understand? Nobody is understanding. Nobody has any inclination also. So yoga comes from Sanskrit word called yuj, or to unite. Yoga means to relink or revive. To revive our consciousness with Krishna, we practice yoga. Should we do pranayama every day? Yes. Because pranayama helps you focus your mind. And before chanting, if you do some, Anulom Vilom or some Kapal Bhati, it will help you in better chanting. But if you are not chanting, then doing Anulom Vilom, Kapal Bhati is just mental exercise. That's all. Purpose of yoga is to prepare yourself to go back to God. Understand this. Purpose of yoga is to prepare your body, mind and soul to go back to God. That is the main purpose of yoga. But people have forgotten the purpose of yoga. Then everything is mental exercise only. Yoga means union between individual consciousness and supreme consciousness. Union here is not to merge and become God, it's union in love, with unlimited love towards God. I am in union with you. Matlab kya? We both will become one? No. We both are going to do the same things. When husband and wife are in union, what does it mean? They do the same thing. They have the same purpose in life. Today, why so many marriages are breaking? Because there is nothing to stick them. There is nothing to be united for. If husband and wife are coming to satsang together, that means they will be united forever. If they are not coming to satsang together, then how can anybody unite them? Tell me. There is nothing. I want my enjoyment, you want your enjoyment. Give me my space. If you wanted your space, you could have gone to space and stayed in space, right? That lady stayed for 9 months. Right? Why did you get married? Take a rocket, go up, stay in space. Full space. People say that, I want your space. What is the best marriage? You have your space, I have my space. Then why did you come to one place? If you want so much space. Right? Frustrated people, they get married and choose to frustrate each other. For no reason. Yeah, there can be disagreements, there can be agreements, but that's okay. But where is the question of union? Where is the question of you trying to do things together? Yoga means to unite. So, I have given some examples here of some personalities. Like Rishikesh Mafatlal. He is the owner of Mafatlal Industries. Is he a yogi? Nahin lagta hai, but he is a yogi. How? He is using his entire influence and his entire affluence, his entire wealth, everything in service of Krishna. He is a yogi. Externally, you might see somebody wearing a blazer coming with a tie. Is he a yogi? He is a yogi. It's not the externals which determine whether somebody is a yogi or no. Are you understanding? It is the activities that you do. You are working as a software architect in Oracle Corporation. Can you be a yogi? Of course I can be a yogi. When I use that whole purpose, when I use that job, when I use that money that comes from it in making myself Krishna conscious and making my family Krishna conscious and spreading that Krishna consciousness. I am using that wealth to donate. I am using that wealth to help somebody. You are a yogi. You are connecting people. Understanding? Keeping God in center is more important. Keeping God in center is more important than, trying to be in the center. You should not be in the center. You should keep God in the center. Like Alfred Ford, his initiated name is Ambarish Das. Yeah. And he is using his portion of Ford Motors, huge company, for creating a temple in Mayapur. Huge temple, world's biggest temple. Is he a yogi? He is a yogi, right? There is a model, she is a supermodel. She was, and later on she became a devotee. Is she a yogi? She is a yogi. Or N.D. Desai is the owner of Apar Industries. He's no more now. His name was Srinathji Das Prabhu. Is he a yogi? He is a yogi. He used his entire influence and opulence in becoming Krishna conscious. Prabhuji and Matajis, everybody here sitting can become a yogi. A yogi kind of person, a kind of yogi that Krishna likes. What is the kind of yogi that Krishna likes? Be in your situation, use everything you can in service of Krishna. You don't have to leave that situation. సమరేనా ఎక్కడికి ఏది వదిలిపోయే అవసరం లేదు. మీరున్న దగ్గరే become a devotee. That's becoming a yogi. Look at Yogi Adityanath. A live example we have in front of us. He is a yogi from a mutt. He has taken saffron brahmacharya for the rest of his life. What is he doing in parliament? He is a yogi that Krishna wants. Krishna told the definition of a yogi, right? The person who is austere, the person who has knowledge, and the person who works. He is a yogi. You cannot tell, why, yogi is wearing saffron, why is he doing this thing, why is he doing that thing. No, yogi is in consciousness. Yogi means somebody who is connected to God in consciousness. Externally, whatever you are doesn't matter. Of course, if you are externally, properly dressing yourself, behaving, that also helps. But that's not the only criteria. So now we should understand that there are law abiders. There are two kinds of people in this world. Law abiders, law breakers. Law abiders means what? The people who follow the law of God. Where did God give his law? In Vedas. In Bhagavad Gita, he told how you should lead a life, what you should do, what you should not do. What will actually keep you happy? Rules and regulations will make us happy. Can you go on a road where there are no rules and regulations? Accidents will happen, right? When you are driving, suddenly somebody will come in the wrong direction. Don't you get angry looking at him? Hey, kya kar raha hai? And that's what I tell, boss, free country, free India. I said, what nonsense are you speaking? There are rules and regulations here. Are rules and regulations going to make us unhappy or happy? Actually, they'll make us happy. Right? But we are not understanding those rules and regulations given by God. If you follow the rules and regulations of God, you will be very happy in life. Right? So there are two kinds of people in this world. Law abiders and law breakers. Law abiders are like 1% in the whole population. Only 1%. Today in Kali Yuga, maybe even lesser than that. Simple, na? There are 650 flats in this building. How many are sitting here? For understanding what is law of God? Are you even interested to hear? So many communities are there. If you do a session on Bhagavad Gita, how many people will come? Don't think they are innocent. Don't even be in that illusion that they are innocent. They are wantedly choosing not to hear. Because they don't have faith in it. They don't want to know what God has to say. I want to enjoy. Let God be a part of my life. I don't want to lead a life like God wants. I want to lead a life like I want. In fact, I want God to lead his life like me. That's okay. But I don't want to lead a life like God. That is the reason they don't come. Don't think anybody is innocent. If I go and tell 10 people, you want to hear Bhagavad Gita, not from me, from some very good person, will you come? Chodo. Why? My cousin told me very clearly. I asked him, can you please come to... He told, you will tell me all rules and regulations I don't want to follow. I will not tell. God will tell. See, that is the reason I don't want God. Because he will tell rules and regulations. Right? So, law abiders and law breakers. What are law abiders called? Sattvic people. And what are law breakers called? Materialistic people. Theistic or atheistic. Materialistic people. Now, whom would you call a materialistic person? We have to spend a little time on this. Because somebody might think, Prabhuji, I am not a materialist. He is a materialist. Is there a definition for a materialistic person? What comes to your mind the moment I say materialistic person? What comes to your mind? Please tell me. Yeah.
Person who always depends on material.
Okay.
Earthly
No, no, no. You made an attempt. I'm very happy. Yes. Depends on materials. Yes, bro.
There's a saying that people are need to be loved and things are need to be used.
Correct.
The person who does that is non-materialistic and I think he's
Correct. That's one beautiful way of saying.
there's a person who is like loving
Loves things and uses people.
Those are materialistic.
Materialistic people. Yes. Very nice. Thank you, bro. What comes to your mind?
enjoys moments.
What are they busy doing, these materialistic people? Apart from tiku. Apart from browsing their phone, what else are they busy doing? Mating and defending, working like donkeys for family, clearing home loans. Right? Thinking my purpose of life is to have 2 flats, one above another. ठीक है आहार निद्रा भय मैथुनं च सामान्यमात् एतत् पशुभिर्नारायणं धर्मे एको अधिको विषयो धर्मेण पशुभिः समानः. The one who doesn't understand what is dharma is a materialistic person. ठीक है ना? They never question on anything. Why am I always looking for happiness? What is stopping me from becoming happy? What are the real problems? Why are problems coming to me? What are the real problems in life? How can I solve this? This all question answer doesn't work in them. If you go and you're walking, you're doing a morning walk, suddenly one Prabhuji met. हाँ Prabhuji, how are you? हाँ, very nice, very nice. Prabhuji, why we took birth? Hey, क्या बात कर रहे Prabhuji? सुबह सुबह शुभ बोलो Prabhuji. मैं गधे की तरह जी रहा हूँ, तुम भी गधे की तरह जियो. मेरी जिंदगी कुत्ते की जिंदगी है, तुम भी कुत्ते की तरह जियो. Why are you speaking like human being? Why I should learn Bhagavad Gita? Why I should learn Ramayana? Why I should learn Mahabharata? Why I should learn anything about God? We are here to enjoy. That's all. Materialistic people means no question answers. Go to a marriage function. You're sitting with 4 or 5 relatives. Nana, Chicha, Kaka, just sit down and say. So, how we all can become happy in life? Red, नहीं मालूम तेरे को इतना bottle, इतना soda. You become happy. That's all. There is no discussion beyond that. No. I think we should understand what God told in Bhagavad Gita about Krishna. Then it is, pika hai kya pe? Have you drunk and come or what? That's how people look at you. So these are materialistic people. Please repeat after me. They work hard like gadas for the same little grass that is available everywhere. Actually, I want to tell donkeys, but gadas is more. क्या फीलिंग आता है गधा बोलते हैं ना. यू आर अ डोंकी बोलते हैं, ठीक है बोला तू गधा है बोलते हैं, हाँ मेरे को बोलता है, इमीडिएटली आ जाता है अंदर से. So told gadas. So donkeys, what do they eat? Grass. A working donkey, what does he eat? Grass. A laborer on the road, what does he eat? Chapati and sabzi. A software architect in कौन सा कंपनी बोले? Amazon. What does he eat? Chapati and sabzi. है कि नहीं? Somebody who is क्या बोला? कुछ बोला? हाँ? Pasta, noodle. हाँ. तेरी मम्मी से बात करना मेरे को. Prabhuji, simple thing I'm telling you. If you really see, we should not work like donkeys in this life. Human life is not to work like animals. Human life is to become a little lazy also. थोड़ा लेजी बनो जिंदगी में. कुत्ते की तरह काम मत करो. वो अप्रेजल दे रहा है तो डोंट गो एंड सिट इंक्रीमेंट बोलने की जरूरत नहीं है. बी हैप्पी विथ व्हाट यू ऑलरेडी हैव. कृष्णा हैज ऑलरेडी गिवन यू एनफ. डोंट कंपेयर योर सैलरी विथ समबडी एल्स. योर सैलरी इज 20,000, हिज सैलरी इज 20 lakhs. You are eating the 20,000, he is eating 19,80,000 worth medicines. समझ रहे हैं? So don't try to compare lives. Be happy and satisfied with what God has given. You can say अभी आएगा थोड़ी देर में अच्छा प्रसाद आएगा, एकदम खाओ. बटर मिल्क मिल रहा है लोगों को फिर से, थोड़ा थोड़ा ले लो, है ना. So, beautiful things come in life for free. Actually, the most important things in life are free. The most useless things are most costly. है ना? So you don't need to be like a donkey. Okay. मेरा डायलॉग काम कर रहा है. थैंक यू माता जी, हरे कृष्णा. कोई तो सुन रहा है मेरी बात. Somebody is listening to what I'm saying. No, please, we have a jug. We can bring more and more buttermilk for you. Now onwards, we'll have enough buttermilk every session because we have cows. They are giving more milk. Everybody has gone on holidays, so the milk is remaining. So we're making buttermilk from it. So it's all going to come to all of you. Hare Krishna. Yes. So enjoy some great statements from materialistic people. Enjoy in today's moment. Live life. आ देखो बोल दिया king size. Live life king size. है ना? Add है कि नहीं? Enjoy in today moment. Right now. Party hard. Party करो. अभी enjoyment चाहिए मेरे को. Blink it. Forget enjoyment. समझ रहे ना? अभी next ऐप आ रहा है. Throw it. वो नीचे balcony से फेंकेगा. ये ले. Order किया ना ये ले. From right in your balcony you'll receive it. Right? What other thing? No faith, ritual with no spirit, show off stunts. As soon as Ganesh Chaturthi will come, all celebrities in Bombay will go to one temple. What is the temple? Siddhivinayak temple. Everybody, oh, Jai. The remaining time, Ganesh ji, kahan tha tu? Where were you 364 days? How come you came now? And that day, full bhakti. Full tears will come and cameras will roll, their pictures will come as if, So, how can you make God fool? Doesn't God know what you are? But these materialistic people also go to temples. Don't think that they are sitting in home. They will come to temples also. Right? Only for show off. I gave a donation. I gave a donation. I gave a donation. Everybody tell, I gave a donation. बोलो.
I gave a donation.
अच्छा लगता है ना? Right? They'll make sure. No belief in scriptures. Criticize bhakti and devotees. They don't believe in scriptures. But as soon as somebody else is believing, they have a problem. As soon as somebody is doing any festival in the community, they have a problem. Hey, why are you doing this festival in the community? Huh? We are also devotees. Hey, when did I tell you are not a devotee? You want to come to the festival? No, you cannot do. We are a secular society. So now, have you seen people like that? Yes, filled. भरे पड़े. घर में जाने के बाद रवि रामा कृष्णा सभी रहेंगे अंदर. लेकिन बाहर कुछ नहीं बोलेंगे और जो दिखा रहा है उसको भी रोकेंगे. They'll stop everybody. These are called materialistic people. Why? What is the goal of materialistic people? To become famous. If somebody else is becoming famous, they can't sleep. So if somebody else is becoming famous doing some service, they can't sleep. Because I have to become famous. In this society, I am the most important person. God is not the important person. I am the important person. Right? They think spiritualists are crazy. Actually, they are crazy, but they think people who follow spirituality are crazy people. Right? Because you people, I don't know what you do. कोई जरूर भगवान बोला क्या करने के लिए ऐसे? Did God tell all these things to do? Why are you doing all these things? Like that they talk. Hare Krishna. So there are many things. How to prove that you are a soul? We know how to prove that we are a soul. Right? We discussed in Who Am I session through astral body travel, to common sense, through this, through that. Please hear that session again. वरना भूल जाओगे कि आप आत्मा हो. Right? So materialistic people think that we are crazy and we think that they are crazy. So this craziness keeps going on. There is nothing like good and bad activity. Just do it. This is another materialistic statement. अच्छा बुरा कुछ भी नहीं है, सिर्फ करो. Experience करो. If you feel good experience, that is good only. If you feel bad experience, that is bad only. They don't commit on a single word. They don't want to commit on any single philosophy. They'll be around everything. They'll be around everything. You understanding what I'm saying? These are the features of materialistic people. They believe in atheistic philosophies and fake gods. They will believe whatever is convenient and where they can do a show put off. Like in America, Hare Krishna. When I was there in US for some time, whenever any Baba or Amma is coming, immediately all the people in New Jersey, New York area, East Coast, they'll be sending messages to Tana, Bana, all associations, saying that, unko hamare ghar ko bulao. Let he come to my house. Let that famous personality come to my house. Why? I want to become famous. You understand? I want to become famous. He stayed in my house, so I want to become famous. They don't have any, and even those cheaters who go there, they also want to become famous. So a cheater is cheating the cheated, and cheated wants to be cheated, so he is going to the cheater. Nobody is innocent here. Both of them are like that only. Once one friend of mine in America, he told that I'm taking a leave, I'll not be there for 2 days. I said, wow, kya ho gaya? Lakshman, leave it, I just want, hey, itna chupane ki kya baat hai? Tell me what is going on. Yaar, something is going on in my house, you don't come. Huh? Why you don't come? Because he started hearing SSR that time. I was telling SSR, he understood some things. But he is still bound to those old things. Then I told him, bol, kya kar raha hai tu ghar pe? What are you doing? Arey yaar, that Baba ke chappal aa rahe. बोला क्या आ रहे हैं? बाबा के चप्पल आ रहे हैं, साईं बाबा के चप्पल आ रहे हैं मेरे घर पे. हमारे इंडिया से दे आर कमिंग टू अमेरिका एंड दे आर कमिंग टू माय हाउस बिकॉज वी आर माय वाइफ इज अ ग्रेट डिवोटी ऑफ साईं बाबा एंड द चप्पल आ रहे हैं. चप्पल आके क्या करेगा? नहीं, वो चप्पल पे हाथ रखेंगे ना, वी कीप द हैंड्स ऑन द चप्पल, दे फील दैट दे आर मूविंग, रियली. सो यार तू इसीलिए, दैट्स व्हाई आई डोंट वांट यू टू कम. I don't know. You will make a joke out of all of us. 500-600 people will come. Everybody will keep their hands on the chappal. Baba, 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 Baba. You will unnecessarily come and make fun of it. That is, you don't come. Then I asked him, don't you think what you're doing is foolishness? But kya kare yaar, there is peer pressure and this and that. Karo. People do that. There is nothing. If you keep two chappal, keep your hands on that, you'll also feel it's moving. Because if you want to feel like that, you'll feel like that. As simple as that. You want to think like that, that's how your mind will think. Right? Your mind is capable of making you believe of anything. When you want it to believe like that. Even in Kukatpalli, one lady, whole full gang of another second generation Baba, uska vibhuti गिरने लगा फोटो में से. So she whole colony went, oh विभूति क्या करोगे विभूति लेके? 10 kg विभूति दूंगा, क्या करोगे उसके साथ? कुछ नहीं मालूम. And after that, neighbor felt peer pressure. See, both of them go to same place. One neighbor got vibhuti in the photo. After 1 week, she also got her photo vibhuti. Immediately, she also declared, whole colony come. Entire Kukatpalli went there. Right? What is the point? What are you trying to prove? By that vibhuti falling, what did you achieve? What did you achieve? Vibhuti. I'll give you 10 kgs of vibhuti. What will you do with that? खाओगे क्या? क्या करोगे उसके साथ? टाइम पास चल रहा है. भगवान के नाम पे टाइम पास चल रहा है. You want to be cheated? Be my darling. You get cheated. Krishna will send you the best cheater to your house. And third class philosophy will tell you, you believe in me, you look at me, I look at you. Have you heard this? मैं कनाडा जोड़ नहीं कनाडा दोस्त कनाडा जोड़ कुत्ता भी देखता बार. You look at me, oh, look at me, look at me. What will happen by looking at each other? You'll remove my sins. अरे, by looking at each other, sins will go. यमराज क्या कर रहा है? टाइम पास कर रहा है वहाँ पे. Right? If you just look at each other, even Yamaraj will say, hey, you look at me also. Huh? You do all nonsense and look at each other, everything will go. No, he will help me. Just see what is happening in the name of God, Prabhuji and Matajis. You want to be cheated, you will get a cheater. And if you don't follow that person, then what will happen? Something bad will happen. So you will keep that picture. You already have 20 pictures in the house. You went to this new place, that fellow gave another picture. Now you have to keep that picture. If you don't keep that picture, something bad will happen. Then we'll start your agarbatti. अरे भूल गया वो. वहां पे उसको घुमाना भूल गया. उसको नहीं घुमाया तो पता नहीं कुछ होता. How many have led a life like that? This घुमाओ अगरबत्ती life. नहीं घुमाए तो विभूति गिरता ये होता हो. देखा है ना? पूरा वही धंधा चल रहा है. Is God sitting there to punish you? that you didn't rotate the agarbatti around me, so I will not accept you. ऐसा बोला है क्या भगवान ने कहीं पे? कोई श्लोक है कहीं पे? पत्रम पुष्पम फलम तोयम यो मे भक्त प्रणश्यति. Krishna is telling. Just offer me a little leaf, a water, a fruit, or a flower with love. That's all I want. Because that also I am only giving. You are just giving it to me. Imagine. So understand the higher aspect of. Don't fall for this little. वो मेरे को job नहीं मिला, मैं गया, job मिल गया. मेरे को पत्नी अच्छी नहीं मिली, तो ये I got all this fixation of life. Your karma is anyway doing. As per your karma, you will anyway get. Materialistic people fall for these fake gods. Right? They're always busy accumulating to enjoy. They will never enjoy. They'll keep accumulating. Jama karo, jama. This accumulation tendency is a cause of today's problem in the planet. How much you want should be there in your house for today. Little maybe for another 1 week. But what are people doing? Accumulation. एक flat हो गया, loan हो गया. You should be happy, right? No. Another loan. उसका फ्लैट, देन अनदर लोन. 2 बच्चे है ना. बच्चा बोला क्या मेरे को फ्लैट चाहिए? Child is asking, give your time to me. And you are rejecting that child, and you are working like a dog or a donkey. Creating properties for him. After the child is grown, he will not even look at your face because he never received any love from you. Right? At least I don't remember my father in my generation who was accumulating wealth for me. Whatever he had, he gave me. He told me how to save money. He told me there are 2 ways of earning money. One, earn more or spend less. It's up to you. Spend less or earn more. He told spending less, intelligent people do. I said, okay, ये भी चलता है, ये काम कर रहा है कि नहीं? So, but people are accumulating. Materialistic people always accumulate wealth. Right? There are 4 categories, Prabhupada told. 4 categories of people in materialism. Repeat after me. Busy intelligent, lazy intelligent. Lazy fool, busy fool. Who is the best among these? Busy intelligent. Intelligent मतलब उसको सत्संग का importance मालूम है. He knows the importance of satsang, but is very busy. Prabhuji, I can't come. I'll attend online. है ना? I'm busy, Prabhuji. है कि नहीं? So that's what they think. Busy. We are little better people. They are intelligent, but they are busy. What is the second one? Lazy intelligent. This is good. Prabhupada told, become lazy intelligent. Lazy at little bit lazy towards work. मतलब करेंगे यार, करेंगे. इतना भी टेंशन लेने की जरूरत नहीं. Work will happen. Be smart. Engage the right people. Get it done. And have enough time for spiritual life also. है कि नहीं? Then lazy fool. Lazy fool मतलब that fellow will not get up only and he has no intelligence also. Right? Have you seen lazy fools anywhere? He's a fool. He doesn't want to know about anything and he's lazy also. नहीं यार मुझे नहीं आना. Have you seen like that? Huh? But the most dangerous people, most dangerous in all this, busy intelligent, lazy fool, is a busy fool. वो पागल भी है और बिजी भी है. उसके साथ क्या होगा? कुछ नहीं होगा. You understanding? He is a fool and he is busy also. Can you think of any busy fools? Huh? Your entire company is filled with busy fools. Go and see in that office. Busy fools. कुत्ते की तरह, गधे की तरह काम कर रहे हैं. क्यों कर रहे हैं? क्यों पैदा हुआ? कुछ नहीं मालूम. You go, sir, I want, hey, not, dude, just block my calendar, man. I don't have time for it. Busy. Don't have time for anything to speak. Fool. Busy fools. So, you should become a lazy, intelligent person, Prabhupada is saying. But materialistic people are what? Busy fools. They are very, very busy. And another thing about it, they cannot see the end. Materialistic people, they cannot see the end. Even if they want to see, they can't understand that death is coming. Even if you tell them about death, they can't understand about death. It's a very serious matter, Baba. We are all going to die. Any moment. And we have to be prepared for that. That is going to come. And then what will happen after that? Let me try to make a decision now. Krishna is telling, Anta kale tu mameva, Swaran Mukta Kalivaram. He is telling very clearly that you can choose the next destination according to your consciousness. Am I preparing my consciousness for that? No. They'll prepare everything in future, everything in ahead of time. But they'll not prepare for death. Spirituality means life is a, repeat after me, life is a preparation, death is an examination. This is spirituality. Highest level of spirituality. Life is a preparation. Whole life is a preparation. Even today is a preparation. Not only for you, for me also. Everybody is preparing for that moment. At that moment, I have to make the right choice. I should not die with fear. Right? But before that, somebody should be dear. Krishna should be dear in my heart. Then I will not have any fear. Otherwise, what is the point? So materialistic people can't discuss all these things. So there is a summary of materialistic people. All these points I have written here. You can read through them again. The beautiful features of materialistic people. Right? Spiritual life and material life. We are still talking about, law abiders and law breakers. We are talking about law breakers, materialistic people. So in spiritual life, there are 4 phases. Right? Initial first 25 years, then 25 years, then 25 years, then 25 years. Brahmacharya, Vyasta, Vanaprastha, Sannyas. Like if you divide your life. In spiritual life, the first part is for expansion. Meaning he will also work. A spiritual person also will work. A spiritual person will also make money. But immediately after that, as soon as he becomes 50 or is going towards 50, he'll settle. That's not a time for expansion. At the age of 46, 48, if you are taking home loan, you have destroyed your life. At the age of 50, you are supposed to settle. And after 50, wrap up. Wrap up. Bahar niklo. Start depending on God. Give away your things to your children, to your wife, to your whatever it is. Start giving up. Because, Baba, this chance will not come again. This chance will not come again. You have led like this. Even last life you did the same thing. Now at least change. I am talking about spiritual person. So first phase is what? Expansion. Second phase is settle. Third phase is wrap up. And fourth phase is peaceful death. Right? If you go to old person and tell, sir, your plot, sir, it is occupied by, some person. Don't you know the compound wall is broken? What that old person should tell? Why are you telling me? Go tell my son. I am doing my morning walk. I am going to chant after that. Unnecessarily, why are you telling me? I am done with that. Mera ho gaya. But if you tell now, any materialistic old person, sir, your plot is occupied. Dead. Even before telling whose plot is occupied. Fellow already died. Then what will happen? He will take birth like an insect in that plot. But that is what was in his consciousness when he was dying. When he was dying, what was he telling? Krishna, Krishna. He was telling, plot, survey number, registration, occupation. What will you become in next life? You will become like a dog, like an insect in that plot or in that land. Right? So spiritual person has 4 phases. Expansion, repeat after me. Expansion, settlement, wrap up, peaceful death. That's spiritual person's lifestyle. But materialistic person's lifestyle, what are the 4 phases? Repeat after me. Expansion, 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 painful death. उसका जिंदगी पूरा expansion ही है. Even at the age of 80, already all set of dant is new. Still that fellow is thinking, Tellapur में cost बढ़ गया है. I think I should go to, what is that place now after Tellapur? You are outdated. Kollur. I think we should invest in Kollur. 80-year-old person is thinking about Kollur. Right? So this is what is going on. Where is your consciousness? Where is your consciousness? Your body is already giving you indications. Get ready for death. Right? Just because if you put hair dye, doesn't mean that you will become young. You are already old. Right? So start getting prepared. Start getting prepared for that last minute. And preparation is by giving more time towards satsang, giving more time towards chanting, giving more time towards japa and bhajan, spending more time with whom? Not with relatives. Not with relatives. Spending more time with devotees. spending more time with sadhus. Because हो गया तेरा अभी, तेरा time आने वाला है अभी. Nobody will remember you after you die, no matter how much you leave behind. Nobody will remember. Only thing you should do is remember God. Forget about who will remember you. When you are alive, remember God. Become His devotee. And beautiful Sanatan Dharma has so many festivals. Lord Krishna has created such a calendar. 365 days we have festivals. 365 days you can worship somebody. Isn't it? So that is called materialistic life. So we talked about two people, law breakers and law abiders. In law breakers, we talked about materialistic people. So who are law abiders? In law abiders, there are four categories. Karmis, repeat after me. Karmis, Jnanis, Yogis, Bhaktas. Now these are law abiders, people who follow law. Meaning they believe in God. Materialistic person, they never believed in God. Even if they believe, it's for their enjoyment only. But here is a case where they believe in God, but there are four categories. Right? Karmis, Jnanis, Yogis and Bhaktas. Now in Karmis again there are two kinds of karma. Sakama karma, Nishkama karma. Right? Now please understand this, very important. Karma yoga is good, but in karma yoga there are two. Sakama karma, Nishkama karma. Sakama karma means what? They follow scriptures with material or bodily desires, very less spiritually knowledgeable, limited to karma kanda. For them everything is God, no clear understanding of science of God, devotion based on fear and material expectations. I have sent you already these things. Meaning what? They will do bhakti, they'll perform devotion or they'll perform some actual ritual, but there is no surrender to God. There is always some expectation. I am going to Tirupati because I failed in exam, my son failed in exam, my plot had some problem, they'll go to Tirupati for that only. You understanding? They'll go to holy place only when things are going wrong. Are you all with me? Have you seen such people anywhere? Sakama karmis? They are still better than materialistic people. Remember that. They are better than materialistic people, but they are still not devotees. Sakama karmi, performing devotional activities with an expectation. They'll give charity in this life. They also believe in karma siddhanta. Next life also is there. Right? I'll do charity. Charity of food I'll do in this life. What will happen in next life? I'll not be hungry in next life. I'll get more food. I'll do charity of medicines in this life. Next life I'll get a healthy body. I'll do charity of clothes. Next life I'll have an opulent life. Karma kanda section is there. You do this, you get that. You do this, you get that. So they all believe in that only. They only want to fix their current life to find more happiness here and also find happiness in next life. People are all behind karma kanda section. 75% of Vedas is filled with karma kanda. Only 25% is with upasana kanda or bhakti. Now you might ask, Prabhuji, why did Krishna give so much about karma kanda? He could have spoken more about bhakti only. Why he spoke so much and why you are telling not to follow that? Well, Krishna also knows that tendency will be there in people. So they have to follow something. And following that, one good thing is there is gradual elevation in Krishna consciousness. When you are going to God with some desires, it's still a good thing. At least you are going to God, na? Somewhere some elevation will happen or no? Sakama karma is not perfect, but it is not bad also. But in order to finally reach, you need to perform Nishkama karma. Nishkama karma means what? I am doing without any expectation. I am doing this as a service to God. I am going to Kumbh Mela not to put my pap into Ganga. I am going because I want to worship Ganga. How will Sakama karma people go? Pura dhul gaya, pura pap. Duku, din bhar ho gaya. Pura nikal gaya. Hey, Hari bol, ab chal pap karna chalu. That is Sakama karmis. Nishkama karmis, they will take dip in Ganga and tell, thank you very much for allowing me to come here. You are very dear to Lord Shiva. You are coming from the head of Bholenath and you are coming from the feet of Narayan, and I am so fortunate to even touch you. There is a reciprocation and love. They are not bothered that pap gaya nahi gaya. Right? They're not bothered. In fact, devotees, when you become a proper devotee, you will tell Krishna, punish me. I deserve this. You don't remove my papa. You don't put that burden on anybody else. I deserve to go through this because I have to change my consciousness. I'm not ready to come back to you. Let me become ready to come back to you. Right? Like that. So, Sakama Karmis. There is an experiment of by a person called Ivan Pavlov. He's a Russian. He created a small experiment. I'll tell you what he did. You know that? The mouse experiment. So he एक डब्बा लिया, he kept one डब्बा and two pipes. वो पाइप में से कुछ ना कुछ छोड़ेगा वो, right? And like a cheese ball will come from one pipe and the rat is inside that डब्बा. एक चूहे को डब्बे के अंदर डाल दिया. And there is a button. And there is a button there. Rat only has to press that button. Somewhere it will go, tap, it will touch that button. As soon as it touches, one cheese ball will come from one pipe. Second time it touches, nothing will go, it will get a shock also. The very button will give it a shock. Right? Are you all understanding what I am telling? There is a rat, it is touching a button. That button sometimes gives a shock, sometimes it presses and a cheese ball comes. It can come from this pipe, it can come from that pipe. Now this rat is inside, it's actually an experiment. The rat went, it did not know what it's doing, it touched that button, cheese ball came. It also got intelligence. So it ate that cheese ball. Again it touched that button. Again a cheese ball came. Again shock came. Again it is seeing what to do. Again a cheese ball came. And this time it came from here, this side. This time it came from that side. Again it came. Again it touched. Again shock. Again cheese ball. This is going on. And that, what the person did? He removed the wall behind the box. So there is a box, 4 sides. So he removed one side. Now the chuha can go outside also. The mouse can go outside. But you know what that fellow was doing? Still touching the button, getting shock, getting one cheese ball. Still touching the button, getting shock, getting that. Arey, if it turns, it can even go out. But it is so busy. It is so busy touching here. One plot in Kondapur, one plot in Gajwal. And one here, one degree, one salary. One increment, shock. No, I'll change the company. Another shock. No, I'll change another company. Okay, here this increment, here this thing. Here I get married. Arey, Bhagwan has already opened the gates. Come to satsang. Nah, udhar nahi jayenge. I will not go there. Nahi jana. Don't be like the rat. See the gates that are already open. You don't need to do that experiment of with the rat. I'll tell you simple thing. You all must have experienced sometime. Kabhi ghar mein chidiya hai? Anytime in your house a bird came? How many experiences? What happens when you open the door? As soon as chidiya comes, what will you do? You'll open all the doors. Jab. What does that fellow do? He'll not go. He'll roam around in the house only. Krishna has opened the gates out of this hellish material world through Bhagavad Gita. But what are we doing? We are not reading Bhagavad Gita. We are not having any time to read Bhagavad Gita also. But we are roaming around in this, in this planetary systems. Brahma, Loka, to Atala, Vitala, Sutala, Patala, Chandala, Gajwali. Right? So, you will go through this whole phase again and again, but you will not go back to him. He has already opened the gates. Sakama Karmis means these people who will do one yajna in the house, who will do one Rudra Puja in the house, who will do one this in the house, who will do that in the house, not to love God, to use God. You all understood? In Karma Yoga, what are the two things? Sakama Karma, Nishkama Karma. Nishkama Karma means you will do that activity with love. Everything you'll prepare with love. Yeah. So Sakama Karma is not Karma Yoga. Nishkama Karma is Karma Yoga. We all want to become Nishkama Karma Yogis. Right? So, here in Nishkama Karma, performs duties without any attachment to the results. Some of us are Nishkama Karma Yogis already. How? If you have children, how does a father raise his child? Nishkama Karma. I will do my duty without any expectation. I will do my duty without any thing coming in return. That is called Nishkama. Mother takes care of an infant child, a small child in the lap. Right? How do you take care of the child? Nishkama Karma. The child is dependent on me, so I have to do my best to take care of the child. In the same way, even with God, your entire interaction will be Nishkama Karma. You know how much peaceful you will be? Go to Tirupati or Ramalayam or any of the Alayam without any expectation, Prabhu. That will be the best visit to a temple. Don't go with the expectation. Don't go when you are too happy or too much in misery. Just go there because I want God to see me. People go to temple to see God. You really can see God? No. Actually, darshan means God sees you. Please look at me. Why do you think there is the Stamba? There is Nandi in front of Lord Shiva's temple. There is Garuda in front of Narayan's temple. Why do you think it is there? God is watching his devotee. God is always watching his devotee. And what is the best place to stand? If you want God to see you, what is the best place to stand? Beside the devotee. Go and stand beside Nandi like this. Lord Shiva will pakka look at you. And he'll give Ashutosh. Immediately he'll give you Vardhan. Best place to go and stand is beside Garuda or beside Hanumanji. If you go to Ramalayam, go stand beside Hanumanji. Hanumanji will allow. Stand. Immediately Lord Ram will say, okay, aa gaya. Mere bhakti ke paas hai. He has come to my devotee. When Vibhishan came to take Ashraya from Lord Ram, everybody rejected him. But Hanumanji accepted him. Hanumanji only told one thing. Ram, I have known that you give shelter to everybody. Why are you even asking a question whether or not to give shelter to Vibhishan? Where is the question of not giving shelter to Vibhishan? You give shelter to everybody. And immediately Ram said, yes, Hanumanji knows my heart. Hanumanji was just like that asking people. But anybody who comes to me, I have to give shelter. And especially when you have told, I will give shelter. Name bhakta pranashyati. Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita. That Kaunteya pratijanihi name bhakta pranashyati. Please tell Arjuna that my devotee will never perish. Because if I tell, I might go back on my word. But if you tell, I will not go back on my word. Because whatever my devotee says will happen. So don't try to become a great devotee, become a devotee's devotee. Try to become a servant of the servant of the servant. Then you will attract Krishna's attention. Yeah. So Nishkama Karma is the beginning of Karma Yoga. Karma Yoga is a gradual elevation to Bhakti Yoga. Right? So slowly from Karma Yoga you can go towards Bhakti Yoga. Bhakti Yoga means you are performing everything for Krishna. In Karma Yoga, Nishkama Karma is actually Bhakti Yoga. When you are performing your action, can you use your education and your money to influence people towards Krishna? Can you use your money, your education, your influence to bring people towards Krishna?
Yes.
That is Karma Yoga. A lot of people think Karma Yoga. Brother, मालूम है ना Karma Yoga? Karma निवाजी का रास्ते महाभाषा का रास्ते ना. वो second part भी नहीं मालूम है. माँ कर्म फला ये तुरबुर माते तो कुमश कर्म नहीं. That also they don't know. First thing karma. Karma Yoga means do your work and be happy. Work is worship. Have you heard this? How many heard this? Karma Yoga means work is worship. कितना लोग सुना? सब लोग सुना. देखिए, some things are common. डाल दिया मतलब B.R. Chopra told that verse and everybody work is worship. I'll ask you a fundamental question. If work is worship, what was Duryodhana doing? Duryodhana also was doing work only, na? Arjuna was doing work. Duryodhana also was doing work. Have you seen any with Duryodhana taking casual leave, sick leave? In between 18 days, 2 days he was not there. He went on vacation. No, he was doing more work than Arjuna. Arjuna was very dependent on Krishna. Krishna, you take care. But Duryodhana, there was nobody to take care of him. He was doing double work. So just if he was doing double work, his work is worship. No, work is not worship. Worship is work. It's exactly the reverse. Worship is work. When you worship, that is your real work. Savai pumsam paro dharmo yato bhakti radokshaje hoitaki aprahiyata yatma suprasidati. Bhagavatam, Vyasdev is telling that your highest, greatest duty is to find out what is that paro dharma. Savai pumsam paro dharma. There are many dharmas. Find out the highest dharma and go to that person. Serve that person. That is your greatest service. Prabhu, this life is to worship, not to work. Work will anyway happen. You will anyway work. Don't even worry about that. Krishna will give you some medium to make money. But if you properly worship, You will not only go back to Krishna, but this life also will be a very happy life. Once one person went to Srila Prabhupada and he told, Swamiji, you are telling all these people to do this chanting, all this book distribution, all these services. What if there is no God? What if there is no God? Then Prabhupada gave an answer, beautiful answer he gave. He said, see, we are nicely coming together every morning and dancing at 3 or 4 or 4:30 in the morning. 4:30 in the morning we are dancing, doing Mangalarti. We are nicely chanting God's names, we are peaceful in our minds. We are eating very healthy prasadam offered to God. It's tasty also. Throughout the day we are discussing philosophical things which is very pleasing to the heart also, to the mind also. There's been so much intelligence also. Even if there is no God, I think we led a good life. Even if there is no God, I think we led a very happy, good life. But tera kya hoga Kalia? If there is God, what will happen to you? तेरे को रिफाइंड ऑयल में अरे डिफरेंट ऑयल में तेरे को तेलने वाले हैं कि नहीं? For whatever nonsense you have done during your life, you are going to pay for cost of it. But look at us. Even if I believe that there is no God, still I think we are leading a very happy, peaceful, joyful, servitude life. And if there is Krishna, definitely we are going back to it. But what about you? What about you? You are leading a sinful life, meaningless life, purposeless life, baseless life. And if there is God, then what will happen? Anyway, I am convinced that there is God. But if there is God, what will happen? What are you going to do? So, Prabhuji and Matajis, coming to spiritual life, you are only going to get a benefit. There is no loss in this. Because you are pleasing Krishna, you are leading a life according to Krishna. Saturday morning, you all are coming here, spending this much time for doing what? To please Him. By sitting here, don't think, oh, you are pleasing me. Okay, I am also happy. But who is actually happy? Krishna. ओ प्रभु जी आप इतना बोले मेरे को कुछ समझ में नहीं आया तुम्हारे समझने से कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता दैट इज नॉट द पॉइंट यू आर विथ हिम यू आर गिविंग दिस मच टाइम फॉर कृष्णा दैट इटसेल्फ इज सर्विस यू आर हियरिंग अबाउट हिम यू आर हियरिंग फ्रॉम भगवद गीता दैट इटसेल्फ इज सर्विस गोइंग बैक टू कृष्णा इटसेल्फ इज सर्विस यू डोंट हैव टू डू एनीथिंग एक्स्ट्राऑर्डिनरी राइट now let us talk about jnana yoga so again we talked about two kinds of people law abiders, law breakers. Law breakers, materialistic people, we told all their great features. Now in law abiders, there are two people. Sorry, in law abiders, there are four people. What are that? Karma yogis, jnana yogis, ashtanga yogis and bhaktas. In karma yogis, there are two. In karma yogis, what are the two? Sakama karma, nishkama karma. What is actually karma yoga in bhakti? Nishkama karma. Sakama karma is using God. Believing in God but using God, no bhakti. Now in jnana yogis, again there are two kinds of people in jnana. Please repeat after me. Mayavadis, bhaktas. So you get so much knowledge. Out of this knowledge, what you will become? You will either declare that you are God, like I told you in the beginning. Who are Mayavadis? People who think that they are God, but they forgot that they are God. Or they think that they will go back into God and become God. They will merge into God. So these are jnanis. These are jnanis. You understanding? These are jnanis, but bent towards, Mayavad. And second is bhaktas. Like even bhaktas come and sit and learn jnana. Like all of you, we are going to start Bhagavad Gita in detail. After the SSR is over, you all will open Bhagavad Gita, chapter by chapter, verse by verse, with full understanding. Will go forward. It will take 1.5 years to finish the entire Bhagavad Gita. 18 chapters, 700 verses. Full knowledge you will get out of Bhagavad Gita. What exactly Krishna is telling. So by this you are becoming Mayavadis? No. You are becoming more bhaktas. So Jnanis again have two categories. Mayavadis and bhaktas. So Mayavadis compare Jiva bodies to Ishvara body and interpret. They'll tell, oh, God cannot be a person. Now understand, people say that God cannot be a person. Why? Because they think that if God is also a person, he'll also get diabetes. If God is a person, he'll also get cancer. Because I am a person, if God also becomes a person, then what is the difference? So God cannot be a person. He's impersonal. He's a light. You understanding? This is a misconception. God's body is greater than my body. It's Satchitananda. Can you eat with your eyes? God can eat with his eyes. right? He can just look at it and accept it. Taste it also. You can't do that. So there is a verse in Ishopanishad which talks about what God can do with his senses. You and me cannot do. Right? So Jnana Yoga impersonal path is troublesome. Krishna is telling in 12.5. He's saying that if you try to believe the Nirakara side of me, then your path is going to be very troublesome. You better accept me as a person and worship me as a person. This path is very good for you. 12.5. You go and read it. I'll read it here. I'll say. For those whose minds are attached to the unmanifested impersonal feature of the Supreme, advancement is very troublesome. Very troublesome. To make progress in that discipline is always difficult for those who are embodied. See, if you have to control your senses, it's very difficult. But engaging your senses is very easy. Right? I should not eat this, I should not eat. I'll eat prasad. That's very easy. Doing upavas is difficult. But eating prasad is very nice. Eat prasad. Who is asking you to do upavas? Upavas only do on important days. Like tomorrow is Ram Navami. You can do upavas till afternoon. Don't eat anything. Right? So according to Tidhi, different things. Like Narsingha Chaturdasi. Lord Narsingdev appeared when it was dawn. When sun was going down. Exactly in between that. So we do upavas till that time. Lord Krishna appeared in the midnight. So we do upavas till night. Morning till night. Right? You can do with or without water. You can have some fruits if you can't handle upavas. Or at least don't eat any grains till that particular time. According to your health, you can do. And most importantly, engage in katha. Engage in nice amount of activities during Ramalaya, during Ram Navami. Don't sit in your houses tomorrow. Go to a nice Ramalayam, sit there and see Sitarama Kalyanam. Right? Sit and hear nice pravachan of Lord Ram. You will hear so many. When you hear about Lord Ram, you will also get qualities like Lord Ram. You will be motivated to get qualities like him. Right? So, Jnana Yoga, impersonal path is troublesome. Better to believe that God is a person and worship that person. That is better. Yeah. Embodied loving and unembodied is impossible. Meaning, you are embodied, you have a body. Loving somebody who doesn't have a body, it's not easy. It's troublesome. Right? So better try to connect in the way God is asking you to connect. Impersonalism is very dangerous. Fall down is very easy. See, if you are trying to control your senses, it will conquer you one day. Even Vishwamitra did that. Vishwamitra, he could control his senses to such a point, he could sit in between a fire in a desert. In a desert which is blazing with heat, put fire around him and sit in between. He could stand in between icebergs, totally ice, and he could still control his senses. But all it happened is one jhumka sound finished. Right? He could not control his senses. When Menaka came, what is that song? Jhumka gira re. Right? Khatam. Ek jhumka sound, finish ho gaya. Kyun? He was thinking, through my austerity, I will become more powerful like God. But God's one glimpse of Maya and he is fallen. Instead of that, become like a devotee who engages his senses. Rishikena, Rishikesha Sevanam, Bhakti Ruchate. Engage your senses. You like seeing? See the darshan of Krishna. You like hearing? Hear about Krishna. Hear his kirtans. You like singing? Sing bhajans of Krishna. You like dancing? Don't dance in a discotheque. Dance in a kirtan. Right? We have the tendency. You like eating? Eat Krishna Prasad. Go to Govinda's restaurant in our temples. You get all variety. Anything you want. Right? Or come and attend our festivals. Chappan Bhog. All the time we make Chappan Bhog. 56 items. Tomorrow also in Bhakti Center, we are preparing 56 items. You all can come and you can do Abhishekam of Lord Ram, Sitaram, Lakshman, Hanuman. With your own hands, you can do Abhishekam. Everybody will get that opportunity. Have a nice prasad. That is very important. These activities, these festivals will keep you engaged in bhakti. They will control your senses automatically. When you are so busy with all these things, will you have time to see Pushpa 2? No, I don't have time. Prabhuji, I'm already busy, I'm going somewhere. Arey, aana, acha hai. Then baad mein dekhen. You will automatically become disinterested in things which are not related to your goal of life. You will become very goal oriented in life. What is important for me? What is important for me? What is not important for me? I'm not saying materialistic things you should not do. You will not do. When you are nicely spiritually motivated, you will automatically not do. You don't have to put any effort. Prabhuji, don't eat this, don't eat. Arey, chodo na. Eat prasad.
Start losing.
Why are you? Huh?
Start losing interest also.
You start losing interest. This thing is more interesting. Like, when you're in between devotees, I'll ask you a question. Sincerely answer. Some of you are attending for the last 10 weeks or 11 weeks. Are you feeling a higher taste in these discussions? Huh? And when you go to your friend circles or relatives sitting between them, are you feeling a lower taste? क्या कर रहे हैं लोग? क्या बात कर रहे हैं लोग? For what are they speaking? Why are they speaking? You'll automatically feel that. They are not bad or you're not good. I'm saying the taste has increased. Your taste for higher things has increased. Automatically you will crave for this. Automatically you will crave for this. Right? Anyway, there is a lot more to say. But greatest of the impersonalists also became devotees. Like the 4 Kumaras of Brahmas, they are Brahmavadis. But as soon as they smelled the tulsi leaf from the Narayan's feet, lotus feet, they became devotees. Sukadev Goswami, son of Vyasdev, was also a Brahmavadi. But, Brahman, impersonalism he used to feel. But as soon as he heard Bhagavatam, he became a devotee. So like that, everybody can change. Everybody can change by becoming a devotee. Now we talked about, again I am doing a recap. 2 kinds of people. What are the 2 kinds of people? Law abiders, law breakers. Law breakers are who? Materialistic people. Whole list of materialism we spoke about. Law abiders, there are 4 kinds of law abiders. Who are they? Karmis, Jnanis, Yogis, Bhaktas. In Karmis there are 2 categories. Sakama karma, Nishkama karma. Sakama karma means you use God, you believe in God but you use God. There is no devotion. Nishkama karma means you actually do everything for God with love. Jnanis, there are 2 kinds of Jnanis. Mayavadis, Bhaktas. Right? Mayavadis means I am God. But Bhaktas means God is God, I am always His servant. Okay? Now let us come to Ashtanga Yogis. Ashtanga Yogi. Now here the real yoga thing starts. Right? Ashtanga Yoga means what? Exercises. But it is just not exercises. There are 8 things in Ashtanga Yoga. Repeat after me. Yama, Niyama, Asana, Pranayama, Pratyahara, Dharana, Dhyana, Samadhi. 8 things are there in Ashtanga Yoga. Moment you say Ashtanga Yoga, okay, sit down and start your breathing exercise. No. First Yama and Niyama. Ashtanga Yoga says do's and don'ts. Telling lies, cheating others. These are all things you should not do if you want to do Ashtanga Yoga. You can't control your mind if you are doing all those activities. You should lead a clean life. You should lead a clean life in order to have a clean mind. How many accept this? If you do all nonsense, will you have a clean mind? Yama, Niyama, do's and don'ts first come. In any yoga system. But unfortunately, even the good like yoga gurus like say Ramdev Baba is hesitant to tell about Yama, Niyama. Because people will stop coming. Na? Just imagine you go to a yoga institute. Okay, sir, how much per hour? Okay, these many classes. Okay, first 2 classes are Yama and Niyama. Kya hai Niyama? Yama, Niyama? No, I don't want. I am ready to meet Yama, but not Yama. I don't want Yama, Niyama or Yama. Right? I want exercise. No. In Ashtanga Yoga also first goes with do's and don'ts. What are favorable? What are unfavorable? Right? After you start following these things, then asana. Physical postures. Positions and dispositions. This is asana. Then after asana, pranayama, controlling of breath. You start controlling breath with the asanas. Right? And then pratyahara, controlling your senses. Right? How will you control your senses? By controlling your mind. When you control your breath, you can control your mind. And through the control of mind, you will control your senses. Control your senses towards bad things. You will make a choice. I should do this, I should not do this, you will make a choice. Then dharana. Dharana means what? Concentration of life energy at one place. Ekaha Kuranandana. Then you reached a point where Your senses are in control, your mind is in control. Now you can focus at the feet of Krishna. Dharana. Very advanced stage, very advanced stage. Nobody can deviate you at that time. You are perfectly fixed at the lotus feet of Krishna. Right? Then comes dhyana. My God. Meditative state, complete control over mind. When you focus on the lotus feet of Krishna, then only you can control your mind. Dhyana. People say, Prabhu, what am I? I'm doing dhyana, Prabhuji. Are really? Dhyana. When is the dhyana coming? 7th stage of yoga. 7th stage mein dhyana hai. Actual dhyana. Of course, we can do dhyana now also. But actual dhyana, where you control your senses, you control your thoughts, you control your habits, where you control your breath, where you control your physical posture. At that final point, then you come towards dhyana. And ultimately, samadhi. Samadhi means what? Absorption with the object of meditation. Who is the object of meditation? Krishna. You are completely absorbed in Krishna. That is samadhi. You are not thinking of anything else. For example, Prabhuji, every Saturday morning, sitting in front of all of you, I go in samadhi for 3 hours. Yes. Because while I am talking to you, I am not thinking of anything else. 99% I am not thinking of anything else. When you are attentively hearing me, you are also going in samadhi. Samadhi doesn't mean you have to get a JCB, dig a hole down and go sit inside and put mud on it and sit inside. हमारे स्वामी जी समाधि में गए, जरूरत नहीं है. Samadhi means absorption in God. That is samadhi. You all want to go in samadhi? Very simple. Talk about Krishna. Next time you meet your friend or relative, he is interested, start telling about what you learned. You are already in samadhi. Till the time you are completely absorbed in Krishna, you are in samadhi. That is the meaning of samadhi. But media has created a whole propaganda of samadhi. Right? Yoga, the ultimate stage is samadhi. Of course, the difference between we going in samadhi and actually a great yogi going in samadhi is our samadhi only lasts for 5 minutes. Until we speak. But his samadhi lasts for 24 hours. You understanding the difference? Yeah. So let us repeat those steps again. Yama, Niyama, Asana, Pranayama, Pratyahara, Dharana, Dhyana, Samadhi. So next time somebody talks about Ashtanga Yoga, you should understand where you are in this Ashtanga Yoga. Right? So, very strict rules and regulations are there. In fact, they are so strict that at one point, Arjuna tells to Krishna that Arjuna said, Oh Madhusudana, 6.33, 6.33. 3 plus 3 is equal to 6. 6.33. Very easy to remember, right? If you go there, Arjuna is telling, Krishna told, sit straight, your eyes on the tip of the nose, kind straight be erect, focus your mind, all these things Krishna is telling. Arjuna says, hey, wait. Madhusudana, the system of yoga you have summarized appears impractical and unendurable to me, for the mind is restless and unsteady. Please tell me something easy. What is the easiest thing that you can do in Kali Yuga? Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. This is the easiest system in Kali Yuga. It's already given. So why to do this yoga, that yoga, the doga, diga? कोई जरूरत नहीं. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Tatratipa niyamita smaranena kala. There is no niyaman, there is no kala, time restriction. You can do anywhere you are. You can just chant the names of God. Take the chanting bead. Tomorrow is Ram Navami. Chant more number of rounds. Sit in the house. Chant more number. That is the greatest service you can do. Right? Ashtanga Yoga.
Mind is not stable, but you still can practice it.
Krishna gives the answer for that, saying through practice and detachment, you can bring the mind into control. Through practice, you have to practice a lot. Right? When your mind goes here, bring it back. When your mind goes here, bring it back. You should know how to handle the mind. I'll tell you an example. In US, there is a store called Fry's Electronics. How many heard this name? Fry's Electronics. It's a big electronic store. There is a chain of electronic stores. Like your Bajaj Electronics is there, there Fry's Electronics. You get completely fried after going there. I don't know why they took that name. But huge electronic store. It's like 5 acres of store. Huge. And then you go into that, if you're a geek, if you're a techie geek, you go mad. It's like you're, electronic Vaikunta. You're finding everything that you want. I want to buy this, buy that. I used to be a big spendthrift when it comes to electronics. I'll buy the latest hard drive, latest soft drive, latest this, latest laptop, latest router, latest this, latest that. So much. Even after coming to Krishna consciousness, I was like, I want to spend. Waste of time, actually. One day my mind was troubling me a lot. Then I said, okay, let me also deal with my mind, right? So I went to the Trice Electronics. I took the cart. I went, okay, best hard drive dal diya, best TV dal diya, best camera dal diya, best ye dal diya, best wo dal diya, best. I filled the cart like it was like a mountain. And everybody were like, kitna paisa hai iske paas? All cameras, DSLR, this, that, everything. Pura bhar diya uske andar. I brought it till the counter. I left it there and came out. I told my mind, I cheated you. You cheated. Of course, I only got cheated. I spent so much nonsense time. बट वो हो गया ना, वो तेलुगु में बोलते गोकुड़ू, खुजली, वो खुजली था जाके घूमने का, खुजली निकाल दिया, लेकिन खरीदने की जरूरत नहीं, मत करो ऐसे, लोग मारेंगे. Go to Vijeta, put half Vijeta inside, keep it there and say bye bye. They'll say keep it back now. The point is, you should know that mind is troubling you, and you should know how you can control that mind. And you can control that mind only when you surrender to Krishna, not with your techniques. The technique that I told now is a useless technique, right? But you can control it by surrendering to Krishna. So Ashtanga yogis, when they do, they get lot of siddhis also. These people who do Ashtanga yogis like Anima, Mahima, Garima, Lagima, Praptika, Prakamya, Ishtva, Vasishtva. There are so many siddhis. Ashta siddhi navanidike data. Aswardhina Janaki Mata. Right? Just by worshipping Janaki Mata, I got Ashtasiddhis, but the Ashtasiddhis they don't want because they're a diversion. Becoming smaller than the smallest, becoming bigger than the biggest, bringing things from the thin air, right? Or doing all this, flying in the air. Kisko chahiye sab kuch? Nahi chahiye. I want to be a devotee. But Ashtanga yogis, they get these siddhis also, right? But just because you got siddhis doesn't mean that, you're anything great. Even Surpanaka had a siddhi. What siddhi she had? Change her form like the way she wants. Right? Even Putana had a siddhi. She could become 8 miles long. Right? There are so many examples like that. Even Hiranyaksha had a siddhi. He could even lift a planet and throw it. Planet. What to speak of stone. Entire planet. Right? There are so many people. Ravana also had a siddhi. He had unlimited heads. You keep removing, they keep coming back. Whoop, whoop, they'll keep coming back. Right? So, by doing Ashtanga Yoga, you all will get siddhis. But we are not behind those things. We don't want to be Ashtanga Yogi. Dangers of Ashtanga Yoga is what? You become proud. You become very proud and you start doing offenses. Like Indra. He was also a great yogi with so many powers. And what did he do? He did offenses against Krishna. Too much power. There is one Rishi called Shaubari Rishi. This Rishi, what he did, he was so proud of his renunciation, he went and sat underneath Yamuna and he started doing meditation. But he had done an offense against Garuda. Right? So that offense against Garuda made him do aparadh. So he went inside Yamuna and he was doing meditation and he was like, nobody can attract me. I am above the Maya. I will never fall for any sexual attraction. I am completely sitting. Nobody can touch me. Nobody can talk to me. I am sitting in the water and I am doing meditation. While he was doing that meditation, Krishna understood, okay, what to do with this fellow. Because he was too proud. 2 fishes came. Those 2 fishes started going behind each other like this, like this, like this, like this. Right? And after some time, the fishes started kissing each other. After some time, the fishes started rubbing each other. And his fellow developed a sex desire. Sitting inside that river, looking at fishes, he got tempted. He came outside. Okay, I also want to have a wife. He went to the local king there. Right? He went and told, I want to marry your daughter, if there is a daughter. King told, I have 50 daughters, but I don't want to give a person who looks like a fish. You have been underwater for such a long time, your entire skin has become like a fish skin. He said, oh really? Okay, wait a second. With a mantra he chanted, he became like a very beautiful Rajkumar. Right? And he said, okay, now I can marry. He said, I can't decide. I will never force my daughters to marry you. You only go and impress my daughters. So he arranged a scene and he went and he looked at the eldest daughter. He said, I want to marry you. Then the other daughters looked at, we also want to marry you. He ultimately married 50 daughters of the king. All 50 daughters he married. And each daughter gave him 100 sons. So 50 into 100, 5,000 people to take care. Next day morning he got up. All problems in the house. Iska fees nahi bhara, iska ye admission nahi hua, iska wo nahi hua. Then he said, "Arey, kya kiya main?" Right? Then he understood, oh Krishna, your Maya is so strong. Nicely, I was sitting underneath the Yamuna and I was doing meditation. 2 fishes brought me to the situation where I have 5,000 children now. Right? Then he surrendered to Krishna. Krishna, you are great. Right? So Ashtanga yogis, you can become proud of your meditation and your siddhis, but nobody can conquer God through Ashtanga yoga. Only bhakti can conquer. Right? Many are. Vishwamitra is example. Brahma also became proud of his being Brahma and he did an offense against Krishna. We'll discuss this lila during Bhagavad Gita time. It's called Brahma Vimohana Lila. Very beautiful lila. So Lord Krishna's understanding gained only till Paramatma Bhagavan understanding is not gained. When you are a Jnani, you will only understand that God is inside you as Paramatma. But Bhagavan understanding will not come. Only through Bhakti it will come. Now finally, Bhakti has 3 things. What are the 3 things which are eternal? Small revision. Bhagavan, Bhakta, Bhakti. These 3 things are eternal. Samajh gaya na? These 3 things are eternal. Come on, let's repeat this. Bhagavan, Bhakta, Bhakti. These 3 things are eternal. Become a devotee. Eternally I am your servant Krishna. Eternally I am your servant. I am a Bhakta. You are eternally the Supreme Lord. You are Bhagavan. And eternally I am doing service to you. That is Bhakti. Can you all do service to Krishna? Yes. You can bring 1 flower every Saturday morning. Offer it to Krishna. Can't you get 1 flower? एक फूल नहीं मिलेगा तुम्हारे पास? मिलेगा. Right? You can bring something. You can cook something and bring for all the devotees here. Can't you do? How many know how to cook? How many are only Zomato tomato people? Right? Yeah, you can cook something. Something you can bring, na? Right? Fry some, what is that? Falli. Fry some falli, put little, bring it here. In every plate, put a little. Offer it to Krishna and bring it. You can do service or donate. We have a donation box here. We need funds to run this satsang. All of you can donate, a decent amount every month. And it will go for serving this community. Hai ki nahi? Yeah. So, you can nicely become a bhakti yogi by performing simple services. You don't have to do anything great. You are greater than a karma yogi, greater than a jnana yogi, greater than a ashtanga yogi by becoming a bhakti yogi. And that is why in the age of Kali Yuga, Krishna also knows you cannot do dhyana, you cannot do yajna, you cannot do archana. Best thing you do, japa. Nicely sit down. Harer nama eva kevalam. Kalau nasteva gatrineta. In the age of Kali Yuga, the only thing you can do is bhajan. The only thing you can take is Hari's names. Right? Sriman Narayanaya Namaha. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Narayanaya Namaha. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Such a beautiful way you can practice. Right? So Bhakti Yoga is the ultimate goal of all other forms of yoga. To unite with Lord Krishna in love and service. So if somebody says, I am a karma yogi, if there is no bhakti in that, which is nishkama karma, there is no meaning to that karma yoga. That is like Duryodhan doing yoga. Karma yoga. Right? If you are a great knowledgeable person, I know everything, so many scriptures say no. But if you don't have attraction to chant the names of God, you don't have any attraction to become a devotee, what use is your jnana? I know this shloka, that scripture, this Upanishad, that Itihasa, that Samhita. What is the point? Sarvasya chaham hridi sanniveshto matta smritir jnanam apohanam cha vedescha sarver ahameva vedyo vedanta krit veda videva chaham. Krishna is telling, entire Vedas is to understand me. If you have not understood me, then what is the point in even knowing those Vedas? You understood? Yeah. Even Ravan had all the jnana. Ultimately, what did he do? He had kidnapped somebody else's wife. Right? What did that jnana do to him? He could not control his lust. And Sita was not the first wife that he kidnapped. You know that, right? He kidnapped Ramba, the wife of Kuvera's son. Right? He did so much nonsense. And he had a beautiful wife, Mandodari. She was telling him, what is your problem? And why do you have to go and get somebody else's wife? Give it back. It's not auspicious. Today evening, please come for the class. We'll discuss more on, specifically on Lord Rama. Right? So, we are ending with this. This is the last slide actually. Bhakti Yoga, when you try to become a devotee, the process is you need to get three kinds of knowledge. Repeat after me. Sambandha Gyan, Abhideya Gyan, Prayojana Gyan. Approach is very simple. Sambandha means relationship. You need to have Sambandha Gyan. Relationship between what? 5 things. God and me, of course, Prakriti, Kala and Karma. How are these 5 things related to me? When you read Bhagavad Gita, you will get full knowledge of Sambandha Gyan. After going through Bhagavad Gita, you will understand what is Karma, what is Kala, what is Prakriti, the modes of material nature, and what is Bhagavan and Jiva. Very clearly you will know. Ishvara and Jiva. You will know that. This is called Sambandha Gyan. Second thing is what? Abhideya Gyan. Abhideya Gyan means process to achieve that God. Right? Abhideya is the 9 process of devotional service. Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam, Shravanam, Kirtanam, Smaranam, Pada Sevanam, Archanam, Vandanam, Dasyam, Sakyam, Atma Nivedanam. The process. How do I practice this? How do I practice bhakti? Please repeat after me. Shravanam, Kirtanam, Smaranam, Pada Sevanam, Archanam, Vandanam, Dasyam, Sakyam, Atma Nivedanam. These are the process of bhakti. You can choose any one of these. Out of this, any process you perfect, you have done your Abhideya Jnana, meaning the process you are following. What is the meaning of Shravanam? Hearing. Hearing about God. Like right now, you are all practicing one of the limbs of Navaveda Bhakti. You are already doing it. By sitting and listening, you are already practicing Shravanam. Who is the best person? Who is the best devotee as an example? Who sat down and heard everything properly? Parikshit Maharaj. Or even Arjuna. He sat down and heard. But the best is Parikshit Maharaj, Acharyas say. He sat down 7 days and 7 nights. He heard the entire Bhagavatam and he went back to God. And what is the first one? Shravanam, hearing. Second one, Kirtanam, chanting. The one who speaks, telling about God. Who is the best person? Sukadeva Goswami. He spoke the entire Bhagavatam in 7 days and 7 nights. Right? He is a great Acharya for chanting, Kirtanam. Smaranam, remembering. Who is the best person who always remembered God and faced all the challenges, but he never lost his faith in God? Can you think of anybody? Prahlad Maharaj. There are many others also, but one of the best is Prahlad. No matter what his father is doing, he never forgot God. Right? Fourth process, Pada Sevanam, the one who always worshipped the lotus feet of Narayan. Who is it? Lakshmi Devi. Right? She never leaves the feet of Narayan. At all costs, she is always there. Right? So you can also worship the lotus feet, and that you are following the footsteps of Lakshmi Devi. Fourth one, Archanam, worshipping. Prithu Maharaj, this many of you don't know, but he is an incarnation of Lord himself, Shaktiavish incarnation. He is mentioned in Srimad Bhagavatam. He is known for Archanam. Right? Very beautifully worshipping. Prithu Maharaj used all his royal positions in order to offer them in pure devotion to the Lord. Vandanam, prayers, offering prayers. The best person, there are many prayers. There are Gajendra Moksha prayers, there are Prahlada prayers, there are so many prayers. Dhruva's prayers, right? But Kunti's prayers are there. But one of the best prayers, which are declared by Acharyas, is the prayers of Akrura. Akrura, when he came to take Krishna and Balaram to Mathura, he chanted few prayers, cursing himself for doing this work of taking Krishna away from Vrindavan and taking him to a place where that fellow is ready to kill Krishna. So in the heart of his heart he was praying. Those prayers are considered to be one of the best prayers. One of the best prayers. Right? He was a devotee. Yeah. What is the next one? Dasyam, servant, executing the orders of God. Who is the one person who immediately comes to your mind when you think about surrendering to the orders of God? Hanumanji. Bolo Hanumanji ki. Jai. Ram Lakshman Janaki. Jai bolo Hanuman ki. Jai bolo Hanuman ki. Right? Immediately remember, Even before telling the order, he is ready. Hanumanji doesn't wait for service, he creates his own service. Right? Once, I'll tell you the example. Once, all the services of Ram were being done by Hanuman only. Everybody else in Ayodhya, hey, what? Every service he's only doing. Why are we sitting here for? We also need a service. So they made a propaganda. They said, we'll create a new list and get it signed by Ram. So they created all service. Ram will get up this service, Ram will go to the Rajmahal this service, Ram Prasad this service. All service. They wrote their own names. They didn't write a single service name to Hanuman. Then when it came to Ram, he was looking, where is Hanumanji's name? He is doing all the services, his name is not there only. Then Ramji understood, Hanuman is not normal. He'll figure out something out of it. He was trying to see a Leela. So Ramji took that thing, okay, said, go ahead and implement. Next day, Hanumanji went. He said, I want to do, wait, this is not allotted to you, go. Hanumanji like, what is this? What will I do? Hanumanji became so upset, what is the use of me living? There is no point in me living only if there is no service. So he was like, no, I can't live. Till night he was waiting that there is no service for me. Prabhuji, when a devotee doesn't have a service, he considers his life as dead. He can't live without service. That is the beauty of devotional service. And Hanumanji, epitome of Dasyam, in Dasya Rasa, he doesn't have any service. Then he started thinking, what service? Then Ram went to sleep. And before sleeping, you get this, the yawning. When yawning comes, like this you do. Hanumanji understood, I got one service. What is that? I can do this. Whenever Ram yawns, I can go to his place and, like this I can do. So Ram was going to sleep in his bedroom, and immediately as soon as he started yawning, Hanumanji jumped from the terrace, went into the window, came in front, Sita Maya sitting there, and he's like, Sita Maya is like, hey Hanuman, what is this? You're not supposed to be here. No, my service is to do. Hare Krishna. Then Ram understood, oh my God. How can you not give a service to Hanuman? He will create his own service. Prabhuji and Matajis, if you really are followers of Hanumanji, create your own service. Don't lead a life without any service. Create your service. Something I want to do for Krishna. And that is also one of the Navaveda Bhaktis. That I will do something for Krishna. I will inspire somebody to come to hear Ram Katha. Like today evening is there. Bring one person with you. That's my service. Or you yourself come. That itself is service. If you can't come here, go somewhere where Ram Katha is happening. Right? If you take up that service, you'll automatically feel more motivated. Right? Or take a pran. I will at least be a source of, giving prasadam to these many people every year. Sorry, every month or every satsang. You can contribute nicely. Right? So I'm just sharing with you. It costs between 10 to 12, 13,000 per satsang, where we all have prasadam here, and we also give it to 50 people in the community. People like security, and they don't have good, healthy food throughout the week. They go through so much, but they wait for this. Right now they are waiting outside. When will this fellow stop speaking? So we can get our prasad. You can be a contributor to that. What can be better done than this? You can celebrate your birthdays, your anniversaries. Make it more auspicious and meaningful by contributing. And by doing this service, it's part of the 9 Navaveda Bhakti. By doing service, Dasyam. Sakyam, by being a friend. Arjuna is a great example. He was a friend to Krishna also. Right? And finally, Atma Nivedanam. Surrendering everything. Bali Maharaj. When everything is gone, Bali Maharaj said, keep your feet on my head. Take me. I am completely surrendering to you. So, in 3 kinds of jnana, one is Sambandha jnana, which is 5 things. What are the 5 things? Ishvara, Jiva, Prakriti, Kala, Karma. You get the Sambandha jnana. And then Abhideya jnana is the 9 process of bhakti. First understand the relationship, then follow the process. And finally is what? Prayojana jnana. Prayojan means what? Goal. Prayojan means goal. You can easily understand. Iska prayojan kya hai? Iska goal kya hai? What is the goal of bhakti? Clear knowledge of goal in devotion. You should get full knowledge how to achieve that goal. First of all, what is the goal? Krishna Prema is the goal. To achieve love towards God before you die is the goal. Right? When you achieve love towards God, you become totally fearless. So what are the 3 kinds of jnana? Quick revision. 3 kinds of jnana. Loudly. Prayojana jnana. What are the Sambandha jnana? 5 things that we will get full knowledge. Ishvara, Jiva, Prakriti, Kala, Karma. What are the 9 process of devotional service? Hearing, Shravanam, Kirtanam, Smaranam, Padasevanam, Archanam, Vandanam, Dasyam, Sakyam, Atmanivedanam. Right? So, I've already sent you the slides. You can go through that. We can also share. If somebody says, what bhakti you practice? 9 ways I practice. Sit down. He'll run away 9 miles. Anyway. So, conclusion. Among all the types of yogas, we talked about different types of yoga, ladder of yoga. Which is the best yoga? Bhakti yoga. Because without bhakti yoga, no other yoga has any meaning. Without bhakta, karma yoga is not karma yoga. Without bhakti yoga, jnana yoga has no meaning. Right? Without bhakti yoga, even ashtanga yoga has no meaning. What is the point in taking samadhi when there is no devotion towards God? And you cannot be in samadhi also. So bhakti is the highest. Please repeat after me. Kaler dhosha nidhe rajan अस्ति ही एको महान गुना कीर्तनाद एव कृष्णस्य मुक्त बंध परम ब्रजेत. This is in Bhagavatam, 12th canto, 3rd chapter, 51 and 52nd shloka. Almost at the conclusion of Bhagavatam, Sukadeva Goswami, Veda Vyas is revealing this. What is he saying? Please repeat after me. My dear king, my dear king, although Kali Yuga is full of faults, there is still one good quality about this age. It is that simply by chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, one can become free from all material bondage and be promoted to the transcendental kingdom. Just by doing one thing. Right? Neha Vikramanaswasti Pratyavira Vidyate Swalpam Apyasya Dharmasya Trayate Mahato Bhayat. Thoda dharm ka aap log palan karoge, all the fears will get out of your mind. Understand? So, even though there are so many faults in me, you should always meditate on ourselves. Am I the best person? Do I have all the good qualities? Are all my thoughts nice? Do I have a little Ravana sitting inside me also? Do I have a little Hiranyakashipu sitting in me also? Do I have a Surpanaka sitting in me also? Yes, everybody is there. But if I sit down and chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra, all these things will go away. And I can slowly, for surely, achieve the lotus feet of Krishna. Phalastuti, Vishnu Sahasranama, Shri Rama Rama Rameti, Rama Rame Manorame, Sahasranama Tattulyam, Rama Nama Varaname. Lord Shiva has told this. That chanting Ram's name is equal to chanting 1000 names of Vishnu. Right? In the same way, Brahmanda Purana it is told chanting one name of Krishna is equal to 3 names of Ram. Right? So all these things are given for us to practice. So I've given a summary slide also. So the conclusion is what? Please repeat after me. The most powerful of the 9 process of bhakti is the hearing and chanting of the Lord's holy names. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Thank you very much. We are done with yoga, the types of yoga, the ladder of yoga, the most highest form of yoga. And please hear this session again. Go through these slides. I'm sending you these slides so you can go through them once. And please be enthusiastic to answer the questions that Prabhuji sends. You know, he spent so much time to make questions and put it in the group. Please read the question and attempt them. What will happen is, there is something called hearing of knowledge. Second is contemplation of knowledge. Contemplation means you actually start putting thinking into that. And then you will remember. If you are thinking, Prabhuji, whatever you are telling, I am forgetting as soon as I go from here. Obviously you will forget, because if you don't contemplate. Anything in life, you contemplate, it will become yours. Okay? So, we'll sing Narshing Aarti. And then we'll have a 5-minute kirtan, dancing kirtan. Hari Bol, Hare Krishna. In the same slides that I sent, even Narshing Aarti slide is there at the end, in the